So now I'm mad
Nice.
that I bought the fucking
Good job.
what's the shit, the Canon, not the Canon shit, the other shit.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when I bought that shit when I first
Sparkle
got
cam.
it? Yeah,
Sparkle
I'm
cam,
so
yeah.
mad that I got that shit because now my
Yo,
EOS
I
is
felt
actually
that way
working.
too, but I didn't know.
Yeah,
You know
but
what
you,
I'm saying?
you know, we both of us bought it
Right.
That's
before
fact.
we found the EOS.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Matter of fact, I bought that shit like right after y'all got it because we
Yeah.
wasn't doing the whole 3-person plus thing. So I was just like, I get to get my own.
Hey,
But nah, EOS is good. I love
Hey,
it.
yo, I'm hearing doubled up voices.
it's probably me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
probably
sounds
is.
kind of echoey, but hey, you using a laptop?
No, I'm on my
No.
phone.
He on his phone.
Oh shit, okay.
It's probably him because
Oh,
for some reason StreamYard wouldn't work with his headphones.
Oh, that's ass. Damn, bro.
Is
So
that better?
you got grazing on you, bro. Shit.
Good
I'm gonna
morning,
get
good
it too.
morning, McKenna. Discord.
Weird.
We're dealing with some audio stuff, so give us a second.
No, hold on. Wait. Is it better?
It's a little better. I don't hear no double up. You just sound
Yeah.
like echoey.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait a
that's
minute.
'cause I got it's on speakerphone.
That's better.
Nah, I dig that.
That's much better.
All
That's
right,
much
cool.
better. Much better. How's everybody doing today? My man
What
Give Her
up?
the Beans is in
I
here.
can't see the chat. What up,
Discord
fellas?
is in here. McKenna is in here.
What up, McKenna?
What's up, McKenna?
This is
Discord.
the Atlantic City show.
I mean,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna argue with you.
What up, sis?
The fact that which says, what up, sis?
Hey,
I'm
McKenna.
not being able to see the comments.
I know. Look, McKenna says she's sitting at real feel of 105 already.
What that mean?
Yeah.
What does that
temperature.
mean?
Temperature.
Oh shit.
Yeah, buddy. 105 already. Meanwhile,
I'm
we're at
upset.
78
I'm
up
upset.
here.
Yeah, us too. Damn, Florida cooking.
Discord said he just got back from Ohio, back to Florida at 3 this morning.
Oh, hi. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's in Florida except for Eddie.
I'm not.
So look,
I'm
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Damn, I just got here. It's been a minute. Shit.
Hey, look, we started the show a little early, not as early as we wanted, but you know, tech shit.
The stream dropped the ball.
Nah, I dropped nothing.
You did.
Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes
yeah, I get it.
are
I
too
get it.
quick.
I get it.
would catch it.
Yeah, I get it.
Except for the balls.
Yeah, you fumbled it.
Why you fumbling balls, dog? You got to be a better.
Hey, yo, phrasing.
It was on purpose.
Phrasing, nigga. Phrasing.
You got to handle the balls with care, dog.
So this is a very Pew. This is a very.
I don't care what you say. Addy on point with that one.
Pew. This is a very special episode of Black Culture Geeks.
Yeah, the first one that we've done out of the state.
Facts. And so that's what we're doing today. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing today. This nigga, look, and he didn't shut his damn camera off.
No, it's about to shut back on
because he probably eating something and shit and didn't want everybody to see it.
Well, I mean, I just finished cooking.
Somebody want to be seen.
So. No, I'm about to be eating.
I already know.
And why you act like I don't eat on the
last half hour cooking and shit?
You know, he act like.
You know, he act like he don't eat on the pod.
Right.
What are you
and
talking
then he act
about?
like we don't eat on the pod. Like,
right.
I don't know what you're going on about. I mean, yeah, I figured you'd be hungry. Yeah,
I'm always hungry, dog.
I mean,
I had to say it.
Always hungry.
Yo, like Bruce Banner in the first Avengers movie and shit. That's my secret. I'm always
I ain't gonna lie though, B. Like, yo, my appetite has been insatiable for like the past 2 months. Like, I'm always eating snacks and all that shit. Normally, I just eat like one time a day, or like sometimes twice. But shit, I be
that's that love weight.
More. I was thinking that, right?
No, I ain't that because. Ain't that well? I ain't gonna lie. I broke 150. I'm like 152. Yo, I was 156. Now I'm back at 152. And my weight just fluctuates.
Yo, this just called out Napalm. Where you at, Napalm?
Now he ain't got to come in today.
He's coming. He gotta come in
because I know he gonna talk shit to me.
No, he probably didn't see the link or whatever that I put up there. Yet.
Hey, yo, you know
there's
a setting on Facebook where you could hide links from niggas.
I did not know
I'm
that.
not surprised.
Utilize that. Just for
That's
him.
funny.
Man, we all got to deal with napalm shenanigans.
It's
Yeah.
facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Sooner or later.
We all got to do that. But we might as well get started. Let me do this intro. One second.
No.
Me.
Yeah, all that.
Do re mi fa so. Got it.
Okay.
It's
Alright.
like
Nailed
I've
it.
been. It's like
Nailed
I've
it.
been here before. It's deja vu. all
Yeah,
over.
right. It's like vaguely familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I
You saw a
remember
black cat, you know it's deja vu. You know what I'm saying?
Not like the.
Not
Not
like
like
that.
What's up, Biddy?
Welcome
What up?
everyone to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man SPJ
You.
and my guy Adequate,
Yeah.
and I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and we are just a few geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. Now, as I stated, this is a very, very special episode of Black Culture Geeks. You know, kind of how on the Fresh Prince, where he had his father on there. You know, Ben Vereen.
Just
It's one of these,
happened.
right? You know what I'm saying? Or the episode where Will gets shot. Like, yeah, this is a very special episode of Black Culture Geeks. Why? Because
I'm
two
getting
things.
shot.
One, Adequate's here. At
Yeah.
the start of the show. Yay! And secondly, SPJ is currently on location at Atlantic City.
Just look at it. Just look at it. That's all.
Look at
That's
it.
all.
That's
Absorb
all.
it.
Just look at it.
Bathe
You know,
in all
it's
of that
over.
thugnificence.
You know,
It's
so
all
Brett,
okay.
I was just telling my lady, I'm like, yo, James goes on vacation like 2-3 times a year.
He
like,
really does.
I need
He
to get
really
like
does.
that. my
It's
guy.
necessary, yo. You gotta get away sometimes.
It is.
For real.
Now I'm about to get away too, but it's not vacation. This is all business.
Right.
I'm about to go down to Atlanta. So
It still count.
it count, but it don't.
Hey,
Like,
swing
I
through, bro.
mean, I get it.
you know what I'm saying? Like, because
I
I
ain't been to Atlanta yet.
well, that's true. I don't feel like I'm really going to be there
Don't matter.
in the sense that I'm not going to be, going around saying shit and all that.
Where's Dragon Con?
It's downtown Atlanta.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see a bunch of shit.
I'm being in the building though. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
but no, Atlanta's beautiful because I used to live there. Like, yeah, you're gonna see some shit.
Man, it's
Nah, I walked away from the Wi-Fi.
I saw because you froze. Like, you
What?
did the whole your image froze on the screen right
Yeah,
there.
I walked away from the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I mean, but
But
damn, look, he walked away from the Wi-Fi again. He froze.
Damn, he in the triangle. That shit moves from like state to state.
The
funny.
triangle move. Yes, sir. Oh shit! Discord says, I'm gonna put this on the screen. Discord says, yeah, I got ran off the road as soon as I got back to Florida. Not a single other problem the whole trip. How the fuck did you get run off the road?
Because you got back to Florida, nigga. Like,
did you shoot him?
Yeah, for real. Like was they busting them cannons? Cannons.
I remember
ran
that
off
shit.
the road.
Get
That's
in,
crazy.
get in.
Well, at least you all right, and you here now to be on the show.
Facts,
Right.
facts.
You feel me? But anyway, I don't know. I think I'm gonna start the what was the week like? Because mine wasn't really all that, except for preparation and shit like that, right?
Shit like that. God damn it, I was like a soundboard.
Yeah, that's the thing you didn't even know about, Addy. We had like upgraded the game with a soundboard and everything.
What? So y'all got wait. Y'all got the little shit that y'all can hit thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
I
didn't
just
bring it
used
with
one
him.
of my MIDI pads.
Mhm.
That's so because I know Keith has one like that. He uses for his streams to like use for his OBS and all that shit.
Yeah, he
Right.
got the stream deck.
That's what I'm saying. You could convert your MIDI pad to like a stream deck for the
Yep,
pod.
effectively.
That's fucking fire, dog.
Right?
Yeah, it is. It's definitely fire. And you know, some of the samples he had on there was battle rap shit.
That's
Facts.
dope. Yeah, you gotta use the memes and all that shit, dog.
You got to use it. You got to use it. So I wanted to start off by giving everybody an update. Now Addy wasn't on the show when I talked about this before, but my Wasp Wars So, you know, the whole incident that happened last time, the event that happened last time with the Queen, you know, one thing SPJ said was that you never know that they could come back on some bullshit, right? Especially if, and I remember this distinctly, when I sprayed that thing with the wasp killer, it didn't die immediately. It flew off. And if that wasp got to its place where the other wasp was at and had a death scene, like a real dramatic death scene, they coming for me.
Yeah,
they coming for me. Like if they had to sit there and watch her die, and then one of them had to be over top her dead body going, no, like they coming back. They coming back.
Thanks.
Well, it's been well over a week, and not only haven't I seen a wasp, I haven't seen any trace of them. Now,
I told you they had more pressing matters. You got
here's
lucky.
the thing: there's that fig tree out front. This is a central part of their reality, and I haven't seen any over there by that tree. Now that could be a good thing, but that also could be very worrying, right?
But check it. They might be just preparing for winter because the seasons are changing. But
that's
don't think
true.
that they're gonna forget about your ass.
Klingon wasp. Yo, Disco said Klingon wasp.
Listen, they don't get together with the crows.
Yeah,
well, see, that's the other thing.
You remember that time last year,
right.
2022?
What the time I just looked at him? Like
no, you did more than that.
With the wasp. Look, with the wasp, yeah, but with the crow, I didn't.
No, the wasp going to come to the crow as humbly as they know how.
Wait, what the fuck did you do to the crow?
Nothing.
Nothing.
They two of them flew in my backyard. One was on one gate.
You breaking out. You out. I can't hear you.
Yeah, your audio. You bugging. I'm supposed to be the one with issues because I'm
now the triangle is moving to where you at.
Right.
So
well, it is three of us, so that means you next, Eddie.
That's what a triangle has three.
It's a triangle.
That's three sides.
Wait, what? But
he's ass.
Oh,
he is ass, yo. He is ass. He is ass. He is ass. But nah, right? So I guess I haven't seen hide or hair them, and I'm just finding out because, to quote my man Tony Baker, I never knew that their relationship with these figs is suicidal, and it explains why they are the way they are, why they give not a single fuck, because apparently, in order for the figs to be pollinated and all of this other stuff, a wasp has to die inside of it. And it releases these juices that completely absorb
wasp juice.
Yeah, inside I
might never eat a fig again.
It's weird, right? What up, Jaden Nerds in the house? What up?
Hey, it was good, Keith, my guy. Shouts to him.
So Fig Newton's off the table at this point, at this juncture.
No, hold on. No. Wait a minute. I recant my statement because they are processed.
They are processed.
So I'm fine with that.
But some might say, so are the wasps. The wasps are processed within the fig. You know what I'm saying? They're processed within the fig. You feel me? So just the fact that their lives that's their purpose. That's why they don't give a fuck. That's why when you sitting on your porch minding your goddamn business and they come up to you and start doing this shit, in front of your face, they don't care about what you're going to do.
Like, do you know what I'm built for?
Right. Like, I'm built. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Like, that explains so much about their personalities, but why they don't give a single fuck. They don't care. And
yo,
he said, "It's the juices for me."
I hate not being able to see the comments. God damn it!
Yo,
they did hashtag juices.
That is hilarious. Us.
Hey, yo, can we give another shout to Keith because he had a milestone recently?
Thanks.
it
I think
was
it was last week.
I think it was last week.
I think it was like 7K.
Give him a shout out.
17.
He's at 17K.
Yeah.
And mind you, this is after not long after him doing a video about, you know, not feeling like his channel was growing.
Yeah, it was right on time.
Peaks and valleys, my guy. Peaks and valleys.
Yes,
that's how that shit works. You just keep the grind up. You know, by any means necessary. You keep the grind up.
Keith, I caught the playback of that live. I was fussing at you, but it was not it was the playback. It wasn't live no more.
Right. Right. Facts. The other thing for me this week is the continual preparation for the comic book convention in Atlanta. And funny thing about it is I got the posters. I think I told you guys about that, or did that happen this week? I think that happened this week. So remember when I told you guys that I got them dumbass cups instead of the posters because them motherfuckers put the label on the wrong boxes and shit. And the travel cups came here, and the first bit of posters we had printed went to whereabouts unknown. We had no idea where the fuck that went at, and they couldn't tell us. So that was the thing. We eventually we shipped the cups back because they said the manufacturer, since it was their fault and the shipping people's fault, that they would give us reprints and then ship it over here at no cost to the company. So that's dope. That's dope. They did that. I was still pissed off a little bit because I hate when I got plans for something to come and now I gotta wait. You know, I don't like running up against deadlines. I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it is what it is. Posters came, they look great. 2 days after those posters came, I'm walking out through the back door, going up the driveway, and I look, and there's nothing there. Nothing there. I come back in the house, then my wife come home, and she says, you know, there's another package out there that looks just like the posters package, wide and probably heavy. I'm like, let me find out this is the first batch that we had printed and shit.
Yeah.
I had told you that was gonna happen.
Shoosh. So so that's what it was. So we got that in. We had
you frozen those, James.
I know, because I'm not on the tab with StreamYard.
Yeah. When he goes off tab, he turns into a still.
Yeah.
So he better make sure that his pose, his facial expression.
Yeah, I gotta work on those. Yeah, I got to keep that in mind.
That one right there. I'm not sure what you're doing.
No, that's perfect though.
I was in the middle of like being like confused.
Yo, no, that's perfect though. What you don't want is to be on there like,
right?
Like say you sneezed and you got caught. That's what you don't want, right?
You don't want to be like in the middle of a transition with your face, like where like your left eye is closed, but your right eye is like cocked to in a 45-degree angle.
Over there looking like Popeye and shit.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so that came also early when we was getting prepared for the show. Something else came, and I was really worried about this and how it was going to turn out, but actually.
Puny banner. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Not really puny.
not the same type of banner. And it's definitely not puny and shit. But yeah, this is gonna be our table banner for
That's fire.
Yeah, yo, it came out.
That's fucking fire.
It came out really good. And I was telling SBJ I was a little worried about it because you know, when I had it printed and I sent the image, I was getting all kinds of warnings, red flag type warnings on the website about resolution issues and blah, 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 bleed this and blah, blah, blah. So, but I had done everything I thought to do to prepare for it, right?
Did you know?
So I said, yes, as evidenced by, So, yes, shoosh. So I got it, and it looks great. It looks great. So that's something we'll be very, very proud to put on our table, our merch table. That's going to be dope. Speaking of imagery, couple of other things I want to show you guys. Wait a minute. Do that. Just some sneak peeks. This is Extropia Prime. the home world of Gray's people, the Extropian civilization. Looking pretty swanky, pretty advanced, you know what I'm saying? Pretty futuristic and alien. And of course, my home, New Necros, capital city of the Entropic Empire. Again, not quite as swanky, you know what I'm saying? But still high tech, a little dark, of course. But I mean, come on, they're the physical embodiment of entropy. All right. So you got to kind of expect. Say what now? Say that again.
It's not rainbows and sunshine.
It's not rainbows. It's not sunshine. It's not lollipops. And it's not ponies. All right. Not pony rides. All right. It is what it is with that. You will be seeing more imagery like this in the upcoming future, just to flesh out the. What we want to do is like transport you into that reality, right? So thank you. Like I said, there are a lot more locations in the lore and in the story that we haven't even gone over yet or exposed everybody. We kind of want things to play out in the natural course of the story itself. But you guys know I was talking to SPJ earlier this week. With this entire comic book run and everything that we're doing with that, I felt like this is some shit we should have been doing.
Yeah.
Been doing, right?
Particularly now that we found this tool.
Facts. Absolutely. So it's just a real dope time right now, even though it's still really just the beginning. You guys haven't really seen everything that we're trying to bring to y'all. Because it's not just our story and universe. There are other writers. SBJ, he has a whole universe, characters, whole story going on. There's other writers and people that have created other IP that we're doing pitch meetings for because they want to publish under Majestic as well. Like, of course, we got to do the steps. You know, we got to go through the things and do all of the stuff necessary in order to be able to do and bring all of that stuff to you. But good times. And that pretty much is my week.
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
you don't know what you're talking about.
So who's next? Eddie, you've been gone for a while, so
yeah,
I'm trying to figure out
the rules, bro.
So why shouldn't I just go last?
Because he might have a lot. He might see that's
the thing. You think I don't
got a bunch.
So James ain't got a bunch.
All right.
No, nigga.
I got a bunch.
That is true. No, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, nothing. All right, go ahead.
Before you do, Meaning Poetry says, so our local comic joint is a Newberry Comics. I hope to see your work on their shelves, but they focus on merchandising more these days. Man, listen, we're going to do everything we can do to have our stuff in numerous stores. But currently, where you can get our stuff is from our Majestic Comics Shopify store. You can get the book there. You won't be able to get the physical book there until after the convention.
Right.
But you can get the PDF.
All right, so what happened this week? I'm in Atlantic City, y'all.
And you're eating.
I'm eating.
Hey, my guy, is that a steak?
No. I don't even eat steak.
No, that should look kind of thick.
This is Drunken Bananas Foster.
Oh,
wow.
That's a dessert.
French toast. No, French toast.
Oh, French toast. Oh, okay. I don't know shit about nothing. So
French toast, a little bit of eggs, a little bit of sausage, a little bit of bacon. But
look good.
I'm mad that I left my knife home because when we go to these Airbnbs, you can't guarantee the quality of their cookware.
What up, Freethinker?
Yo.
So
Bowflex.
I always bring at least one pan, and I usually bring at least one knife. But I had left at home, And my plan, because we left after work Friday, we left at like noon. So my plan was, before we left, was for me to go home and grab, because I left my power bank and I left my knife. My plan was to go to
It's funny. She said a little bit of bourbon in the maple syrup.
No, it's I call it drunken Bananas Foster. Bananas Foster is a rum sauce.
Wait a minute, drunken what now?
Bananas Foster.
Banana? Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
Yes, drunken monkey. Yes, I get it. I understand. Yes.
I see.
I get it. But my plan was to go home before we got off and get the things that I left. But this one lady at the job, she had got her computer screwed up. And my supervisor was not my supervisor. I was already leaving at 12.
Right.
Her vacation is next week. She had shit that she had to get done before she left. And this issue popped up on top of the fact that, like, they don't really get along. So I like to be with her whenever she goes to help her.
Right.
Just to be a buffer.
Right.
And on top of that, her computer was like unusable. There was so much stuff we had to do. So because of that, I couldn't leave. I could have, but I'm not. I don't want to be a dick. There's no like I wasn't going to leave her alone already, knowing that I was going to be gone at 12.
Facts.
So I ended up not being able to go back, but it's fine. I still got a power bank. I was able to cook. It was a little more annoying because I didn't have a sharp knife, but
I hate that,
bro.
Because I like onions, bell peppers and shit like that, mushrooms. Like I like a nice knife that I can just cut shit through.
Yeah,
that's why you have to invest in a nice butterfly knife.
No, I don't think. I don't believe that's what they're talking about. So.
Listen, it cuts.
I just don't.
It cuts.
Yeah, but I don't want. Never mind. I ain't even gonna say that. Never mind. I don't want certain elements to mix in with other elements.
Right.
I can always ship this.
See, Toon wants to eat the blood of his enemies. I don't.
I have no intention.
Not in the age of monkeypox. Ain't nobody got time for that. Bullshit. Ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Jesus Christ.
But outside of the topic that I have, it's a very interesting topic. It's something I basically called. I'm Nostradamus out this. Well, you know,
shit.
I am the watcher, so
he nigga-damus.
I saw this coming.
So this nigga Geronimo now.
No, nope. I ain't taking that charge. I'm not taking that charge. I am Uatu.
I am Uatu.
The watch. But I'm gonna bring that up after Eddie do his stuff different.
Oh, okay. Bet. First of all, let me ask you this question though: how many days you're going to be up there at Atlantic City?
I'm coming back tomorrow.
Oh, all right. Bet.
How long you been up there?
I came up yesterday.
Oh shit, you just got there. All right. For sure.
Yeah, just a weekend.
Right.
The big trip not until the weekend. I mean, till September.
Word.
Yo, Discord is funny. He said, "Eat their eyeballs, then you can regain 2020."
No, I'm good. I'm all the way good. You remember how bad 2020 was?
Yeah. Oh, yo, you are dumb. That's a bar.
Yeah,
nobody wants 2020 back.
That was about. Don't even ask me how, niggas.
Yo, Jada said, "Yeah, Curious George is out here. He really is. Mighty Joe Young is out this bitch."
I don't want no parts.
The man with the yellow suit is out this bitch.
Yeah, dog. What's up, Jennifer?
Good morning, Jennifer.
What up?
So that's pretty much it. Besides your topic.
Yeah. Oh, and the reason that I know I mentioned that Bananas Foster is made with rum, and why I called it drunken Bananas Foster is because I put more rum in it than it was supposed
of course,
to be.
nigga, duh. Of course.
They could put a whole pint in that, my way.
The crazy thing is, I was half expecting
there to be like an overwhelming flavor of rum, but it's
rum,
not.
Nah,
it's not. It's still good.
Yeah.
It don't matter. The people with me are drinkers anyway, bro.
Yeah, so
y'all get the snack today.
I mean,
and it's in the food. I mean, it ain't gonna show too much in the food, but shit, if you're gonna drink,
because it cooks out. But
right,
there's still more.
Yeah, I'm about to say you probably got a bunch
preparing for the Dominican Republic. You know, it's going to be a bunch of rum there. So
facts.
Yeah. Oh, y'all going to DR?
Yeah, in September.
Oh, y'all getting fucked up at DR, bro.
Yo, it's just a good thing. It's a good thing y'all not federal agents because they've been having their ears blown the fuck out down there. Yeah, I haven't heard any more on it. But for a while, that's all they was talking about, how motherfuckers going down there getting their ears fucked up. Something happening down there.
You said their ears?
Yo, they think it might be, listen, the speculation is it could be some sort of sonic weapon or whatever. But we don't really know what actually happened down there. But for a little while, I want to say 2 years ago, this was in the news a lot more, you know. Certain incidents happening, the government officials going down there from the United States. I mean, it is what it is.
They don't like us no more than I does.
I mean,
that's facts.
Good morning, Secular.
Secular was good.
Like, I feel like if it is something crazy, like super crazy that's happening or whatever. Oh, you're right. It wasn't Dominican Republic. Sis, right. It was in Cuba.
That was Cuba. Okay.
So that makes a lot more sense, right? that makes a lot more sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, embargo this motherfucker. Embargo this shit. But anyway, what's up with you, Addy? So you've been gone for a while. Pretty sure you got plenty to put us down with and catch us up with.
Yeah, so let me start from the beginning. So on October 21st, 1987.
This nigga. this nigga.
Now, I think, should I land with the good news or the bad news?
You land with the good news.
Ain't no bad news.
Go up in the air with the bad news for real.
No,
shut up. It's not even bad news. It's not even bad news. It's just like, we have this thing on this pod where we like, people are dumb, but I don't even want to say like they're dumb.
No, they are though.
Yeah,
like, you can say,
I mean, because
they're dumb.
But just for the sake of saying this, I'm not discluding myself because I have
no, absolutely.
We are still people.
Yes, we're still people.
I always include myself.
We include ourselves when we say that.
Right. So I had a conversation with someone. It wasn't even a conversation. We was at my job, and they were saying, "Oh, our laptop is missing," and a lot of the times I think with my hip hop brain because I like words, so different meanings for a singular word or whatever. So missing, right. And it was like, "Oh, the laptop is missing." He's like, he asked, "Oh, is it lost or is it missing?" And then the dude was like, "Oh, it's lost," and then. Because he said it was no. That's what I'm saying.
Lost and missing. What the...
They're kind of different, right?
No, no, they're not.
Okay,
you're lost. It's missing. Like,
or they could be the same thing. That's where my point's going to land.
Yeah, related.
So like, they're cousins.
Yeah.
But they don't necessarily mean the same thing, depending on the context. You know what I'm saying?
It depends on the context. Okay,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Long can mean something different.
Right,
exactly,
absolutely.
So if something's lost, you could also it could also be missing because you don't know where it's at. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's lost. It just means like, oh, you don't know where it's at right now because you probably misplaced it.
You could have forgot where you put it.
But what is lost if not directly connected to the human?
That's
experience?
The thing. That's the thing that I always argue about because perspective do be reality. Like.
Yeah.
People act like it's not. People act like everything, only the objective matters. That's not true. That's not how that works.
And this is what happened. So, like, because the lack of the nuance in the shit, because I was like, me thinking in my MC brain with it, because I was finding all that shit funny, because I was trying to understand which one they were using, lost or missing.
Right.
Because my thing is like, lost, like, yo, it could be like a lost person, or you're lost to where you're trying to go. But the lost where you're trying to go doesn't mean you're missing. You know what I mean? So I'm just thinking.
Right,
then I was
right.
Then I was thinking like, oh, missing. That was I tried to crack a joke. I was like, oh, also, the person that lost the thing is missing it. The emotional attack, and nobody got it.
Of course, they didn't get it.
I was like, wow, dog. Like, you don't get it. They was like, oh no, because missing just means this one thing, and I'm like, no, like there's. I think it's an adjective and a verb too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the type of person when I obsess about something, I look it up just to make sure if I need to.
You could be missing a person.
You could be literally missing. You could be missing them
and missing that person while they're missing.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Or they're not missing, but you're missing them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Or you could have just missed that person because you ain't seen them.
You just missed them. Right. Right.
That's why the English language is so fucking dumb, because one word can have so much nuance in it. It depends on the context in which you use it for the person to understand what you're saying.
But it also depends on the agreed context too. Because like if colloquially they have decided that this means this, as long as everybody's using it, understands what's being said.
Right. Yep. And that's what I was doing, because I understood that, but I was just trying to
say, Discord, bars. He said, or you can have lost a person and not be missing them.
Exactly.
Right.
My point of the joke was just like, oh, using missing in another word, like in another context, just to be funny, not for the actual situation. Because I was just saying, well, even for the actual situation, we're like, oh, but the person that lost and is missing the laptop could be missing the laptop. Like,
you know why your ass, yo.
I would have cussed you out.
Yeah, you know why your ass, because you turned something that was a very simple thing, and you convoluted the fuck out of them with that and had them off on a tangent, yo.
I would have cussed you out because I would have felt like he was gaslighting me.
But it wasn't like it was a full-blown convo about it. It was just like two people, and then it was like a home meeting, right? Talking about the situation. Then like 2-3 of us were talking about it. I was just trying to crack a joke.
You were ass.
But the fact is, like, they didn't understand the joke. I'm like, yo, I understand
that part is ass too.
I wouldn't have been in the mood to understand the joke either.
No, I'd have got it and still been pissed. But look,
if my laptop was missing, and clearly I was missing my laptop.
But it wasn't none of theirs though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the work laptop.
Yeah, it was a work laptop. Yeah, it was at work.
Yeah, but you're annoying.
All right, that's a little bit different.
I was just trying to do a bar because niggas know that I rap at the job.
You're annoying. You're annoying, and you went purposely out of your way.
No, I just asked the question.
Don't do that, though.
No, I just asked the question.
Don't do that.
I just asked the question.
Don't do that.
I can't ask questions now.
Off the live.
Damn. Damn. Look, you're annoying because you were intentionally being ass. Like,
like I'm trying to make light of the situation because nobody.
But what if the person felt like they were gonna be in trouble because they couldn't find the laptop?
I don't give a fuck about none of that, bro.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly my point. Yep. Yeah. I'd have cussed you out because I'd have felt like you was gaslighting me.
They didn't use a laptop, so they should feel no way about it. I'm just cracking the joke. The fact that they just ain't get it because they don't understand how words work.
That's funny. That's funny to me.
You should understand, like, yo, I'm taking it to another level. I'm just fucking with the shit.
Because the fact that they don't understand it is
because the thing is they were conversing over what's the difference between lost and missing. So I'm like, shit, if we're gonna fuck around and try to figure some shit out, I'm gonna fuck off too. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
It's annoying, dog.
It's so annoying.
And
so annoying.
And
here's the thing: I ain't mad at you, but if I was in their position, I might be.
What do you think their position was? They didn't lose their laptops.
Yeah, but if they were looking for a laptop, it had some weight.
They weren't looking for it. We were just told that there was a laptop missing.
Who told you that? Who told you?
Who told our managers? One of our supervisors. Yeah, one of our managers. I think our OM or on-site.
Oh, so you ain't saying to them?
They ain't say okay.
Oh no, I ain't say to them. No, that's what I'm saying. We was having like a side conversation while he was talking. Right. Yeah. It wasn't like we was all in a room.
Imagine you being a manager. Y'all in the middle of a meeting, right?
I would send you home.
That one. You feel
I would send you home.
Yeah.
Yo, you in the meeting trying to be serious about some missing company property.
Somebody,
this annoying ass nigga.
Like, hey, is it missing or is it lost?
Lost. Because there's a difference between missing and lost. Sometimes you could be missing and not be lost.
Oh, no. This is what I'm saying. I didn't even start it. Somebody said that. Somebody said,
"Oh shit."
The people that I was talking to while the meeting was going on was like, "Is it lost or missing?"
Oh my god!
Between the three of us, and then they were talking about what's the difference between lost and missing, all that shit. And I'm like, you know what? Since y'all are confused, I'm gonna take it a step further and be
confuse you more.
Yeah,
confuse you more.
And then while you're trying to correct me, you're still wrong though, because I know exactly what y'all two were talking about.
Yeah, see, I still would have felt like you gaslighting me.
It's some rapidy rap shit though.
No,
it's also some rapidy
simply because they didn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah, no, they didn't understand what was going on, so they asked me, what's the difference between lost and miss? I'm like, why y'all even talking about it? Let me confuse y'all more, because miss means lost and miss have multiple meanings. So, let's see if they know
they know nothing. They know nothing. Yo,
yeah,
Discord makes a good point.
That they know nothing.
Discord says sometimes just rephrasing or restating things in a certain way can elucidate a new perspective. So I think that's worth it. I do a lot of wordplay shit like that too. We do it too, but we do it as rappers. Like we fuck with words all the time. Like
I guess my mistake was but I do this as a rapper. Like I bring my rap shit into like real life. But I gotta understand everybody's not gonna get it.
No,
permission to ask a question.
Oh, fuck.
Here we go. This is where I get lost.
Where did he go? Why did he leave?
Because you're about to be ass.
I know he is.
I'm good.
I know you was about to be ass.
I'm good. I got my answer.
But yeah, moving on. Oh, I worked 12 days straight this week. Well, this past week.
Point of order, sir.
Go ahead.
There are not 12 days in a week.
That's why I said these past weeks.
Last time I checked.
No, I tried to.
I could be wrong. I might have to check again.
I fixed it.
Do you have the Gregorian calendar?
No, I fixed it though.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. Anyway,
he had the Gregorian calendar.
And niggas talk about I don't listen.
Right.
Cool.
No, hold on.
No, I ain't gonna hold you, fam. You on vacation, so
there's context. You ain't been on the show. I missed you.
And he didn't. And he knew where you was, so you weren't
lost. And I knew where you were, so it's not like you weren't lost.
But you missed me.
I was missing you.
Yeah, while I was missing.
Facts from the show.
That's what I was like. See,
even though I knew you were fine.
Yeah.
You weren't lost, but you weren't missing.
This reminds me.
But that can flip too, because I could be lost and missing and not okay.
Hey. Yo, why does that remind me of that scene on Married with Children where Peggy had went away, I think it was visit her family, and she came back and said, "I'm back, Al. Did you miss me?" And he was like, "With every bullet so far."
You're like,
you know what I'm saying?
See. Anyway, yeah, so we had to do this wall-to-wall shit. Because remember when I told you like at my job, I work for a logistics company, and I would drive forklift. For those who don't know, we have to do a wall-to-wall because inventory's fucked up, and we have to make sure the count straight and all that. So I decided last week for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I have to work Friday anyway, but I was like, I'm gonna work Saturday, Sunday too, so I get the overtime and the floated holidays too.
Right.
So we did that, banged that out, and they was acting like we was gonna get everything done that weekend. I'm like, fam, this warehouse is so fucked up as far as the numbers with inventory that they'll make you go to like 3 different locations for the same thing.
Wow.
But I get it because they're like, they're trying to like out with the old and keep the new in. So because like shit expires, you know what I'm saying? So that's how they try to run it. But it's just like, if y'all could just have everything there, not at the same time, but like, yo, we can just pick from one location.
Right.
Those 800 whatever, instead of going to 5 different ones. That's what we trying to tighten up on.
What's up, Joe?
What up? You think that's gonna work? Not like if they did it, would it work? But you think they're gonna do it?
Right, that's the question.
No, we did it. You know what I'm saying? Well, they see, my whole thing is this, right? If this company thinks they have a plan that's going to work,
James is in Atlantic City, Joe.
I am not asking any questions.
Word.
Just tell me what y'all need me to do. And I
See, yeah, I'm about to say you better than me because I question my company all the time.
Well, you've been there longer. You have
that's
more.
True. That's true. I've been there for like 14 years. So
you got a certain amount of flexibility.
So that should fuck you up more if shit goes wrong, if they have a bad idea. For me, I'm only there for a year, and it's like, yeah, I'm still in it to be there, but it's like, yo, I've been through so many changes with this job where y'all trying to fix shit, and the shit still gets fucked up at the end anyway. I'm just like, hey, yo, I'm leaving it in God's hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got it. You know what I mean? Fuck it.
Oh God.
My contention from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is the backlash of the employees that are like, yo, this is a dumb idea. Why y'all doing it like this? Which I do understand.
Here's the issue about speaking out like that. You have to be right.
Yeah, buddy.
Because when they were saying this shit, they were saying, I was agreeing with them, but when it was explained to me how it's supposed to be, because it's supposed to be first count, second count, third count. So first count is supposed to be, oh, you just count what's there. You don't open anything. You just count what's there. Even if it's on the side of the label, like you don't open no tape, nothing. You just count what's there. Second count, they're supposed to open everything up to make sure it aligns with first count. If it doesn't, then you have a new count. Third count, just make sure whatever second count got is right. So these niggas was like, oh, why don't we just do what they do on second count on first count? Which I thought too.
Well, all right. The only thing I will say is, and I learned this from data and shit, but it applies to pretty much anything.
Right.
One way to ensure precision and accuracy is redundancy.
Right.
So that could be it.
But that's what at first I was agreeing with them, like it's stupid because they didn't even tell us on the first count initially, oh, we're not supposed to open up anything.
Keep going.
Right.
We're just supposed to count what's there.
Right.
Then they tell us the next day, oh no, on first count, just count what's there, and then second count is going to open everything up to make sure it aligns with your first count. So then when I understood that, I was like, yeah, that does make more sense. It's redundant and tedious, but it does make more sense, like to make it match up with the system and everything. But it's like, yo, y'all complaining. And I understand, like, we all want it to work out for us because, especially if you're a picker, like, you want your counts to be on point.
Absolutely.
But still, at the same time, dog, I am there for the Florida holidays. Overtime, my nigga. like, fam, like, yo, I'm gonna do what they asked me to do and keep it moving. As long as they don't come back to me like, oh, you did something wrong, I'm good. I don't give a fuck about what system they got going on as long as I follow their system. Why are y'all? And the fact of the matter is, even if y'all complain, they're not going to change shit up. Even if you complain to me about it, they're not going to change shit up because I know y'all ain't going to complain to them about it.
Right.
Y'all may say something here and there, but you know, at the end of the day, they're still going to be like, yeah, but this is the formula that we came up with. So at the end of the day, my thing is, I'm going to stick to what they think is going to work and see if it works out. Because this may be the sauce to like fix everything.
Right.
But from what past signs have shown me, whenever they change things, it never works out the way they planned. But that was like my biggest gripes with that shit. Because I just don't like when people interject, but they don't. And it ain't like they had a solution either. They just didn't like the way the company wanted to do it.
Yo, both like said, if second count fails to match first count, does it then become first count?
Yeah, it does. It does. So there's no reason to keep because I understood what they were saying. It's like, oh, why open up the boxes and seal them? Because there's a way you got to tape them and seal them and all that shit. Why do that twice? Let second count do that, so y'all not doing the same thing over and over.
Right.
But yeah, that was just the bullshit that was pissing me off.
Yeah, I get it.
But I'm gonna get to the good news now. So remember when I was telling you I had points?
Yes.
Yes.
You had 19 and a half points.
Bro,
and 20 points means not only do they fire you, but they make you leave the state.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that. You get deported even if you were born here, dog.
Right.
You know how they say, "Oh, go back to Africa." They'll find you. Oh. Mm-hmm. But now, what happened? Oh yeah, so my points they've been dropping off. I thought it was gonna be like I would be at 3, but now I'm at 6, which is better than 10. Because when I called Dawn, the on-site manager, she said, I called her. They're horrible at math. But when I called her, she was like, "Oh, you're at like 13 points." I'm like, how? I've been on time since y'all was telling me I was going through this shit. Been on time, clocked in all that shit. The latest I would clock in is like 6:59 every time.
Right.
If I was late, you know what I'm saying? But it will be on time. So
hold on. I gotta address this. See, here's the thing. I saw that place. How can I say this? I'm from Baltimore.
Yeah.
I'm not going to leave Baltimore and then go eat at a place named Baltimore. Just not. I'm sorry. It might be good. It may very well be good. I will never find out. I'm gonna have to take your word for it. Just like I don't eat. I made that mistake once when I ate crab legs in Miami one time, and I was like, "Yo, this ain't the move."
I made that same mistake when we was out Seattle, yo. I ate some seafood, thinking it was one. Yo, when you from Maryland,
not the same,
it's different, yo. It's different. It's different.
Yeah, because the way that they do with seafood over here, they do it like with the corn, sausages, all in the big ass bag and all that shit.
Yeah, the boil.
Yeah, the boil. Like they do it different.
I mean, they do boils here too, but
it's
probably still different.
Yeah, but it's because Miami got like different seafoods and shit too, though. Like
but you figure though, coastal cities.
Yeah, like you figure seafood is seafood is seafood.
And plus,
disappointed.
Most people don't even consider Florida the United fucking States anyway. Like,
I mean, listen, Florida is its own special thing. Yo, I was so upset. You're missing the point. You're missing the point, Ogden. It's the name of the place. I'm from Baltimore. I'm not going to no place with the name. Yeah, I know, I get it. I understand that it's pizza. I'm still not going.
Yeah,
like I'm fairly certain that it ain't fucking with Bill's on Baltimore Street.
Right. It's like when New Yorkers go to a bistro or whatever, and from another state, it's like, oh, they in Atlanta, it's like, oh, New York original style.
Right. I gotta say though, New York pizza is different than the shit we get from down.
I found out why. I found out why. The water.
Yeah.
The water in the area has a certain amount of some chemical. I can't remember what it was, but basically it gives the crust a specific quality that you can't get if you don't have that chemical compound in that specific range in the water. The dough is not going to come out the same.
And can we give a shout out to the periodic table real quick?
I'm just saying. So yeah, that's a real thing. Like for years, I was like, it can't be like that. But no, yeah, there's a reason for it.
That's why
it's actually a real thing.
Even the tacos out here taste different than the tacos in Cali. That ass.
And they taste different than the tacos in Mexico.
Yeah. No. There we go. Extrapolating and getting deeper into things. But yeah.
Yes.
But now, so I found I got 6 points now. So I have 4 to spend, but I'm not going to spend them.
I'm about to say, bro, you don't want to look at it like that.
I was about to say,
don't shut me out. I'm trying to get all my shit wiped clean. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Kevin's like, my supervisor's like, oh, keep doing what you're doing until like the new year, you'll be straight. I was like, bet. And then I also have like, I'm on my final strike there also. And that shit don't
get what's the difference between points and strikes?
Strikes is like, yo, they'll get you out the paint. Like you get a warning, then you get a strike. I'm on my final. If I do some other fuck shit again, say if I was at 9.5 points and then I got to 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I had
that's like 3 strikes.
Yeah, and if I had strikes to spare, they'd probably be lenient on me. But now I'm on my final.
They didn't get you out the paint.
Exactly.
Like,
now it's like a little bit easier to like breeze through my job because I get to work on time. I do what I'm supposed to do. Nobody be worrying about what the fuck I'm doing because they know I work. Right. So that's just good news for me. Now I'm just waiting for all these other shits to drop off because now, as a matter of fact, the chick Dawn that I was telling y'all about, she got fired.
Yeah, speaking of New York, we're actually going today.
You're going to New York today?
Yeah, apparently we're going to Coney Island.
Word.
So I might go ahead and grab me one of those slices of that pizza that they be talking about.
Yeah, bro.
See, snatch one of those. Because I know New York and Shot sound like they be having feuds with pizzas.
Yeah,
it's versus the.
They absolutely do.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, that was pretty much what I've been going through, pretty much, and other shit that I told.
What up, Ryan?
Clothes.
Yo, and what about the Speaking of, just for a second to stay on that pieces in just a minute. What about was that Domino's getting kicked out of Italy or something?
Yeah, that's listen. I know what I said in Messenger, but that is absolutely funny. It's just absolutely hilarious. Like I know I was playing devil's advocate in the Messenger and shit. But
I know
you
saw the.
Yeah, like how a pizza plate, like you know how bad you got it. Like not to say, yeah, sure, that's where it's from. I get that, but you understand how terrible you got to be, like, or how much of a hit that gives to your fucking brand, your credibility. Your thing is pizza, bro. And you got kicked out of Italy effectively.
Yeah. Like, nah, B, we don't really fuck with you, shit. Like, yo, what did I tell you at the time? I was like, yo, that'd be the equivalent of somebody like me from the era I'm from, where it was about East Coast New York hip hop, coming up to New York and playing my shit. They go, no, we don't really fuck with you. Like, right. we don't really see you as hip hop.
It would be over. It's curtains.
Like, that's it. Like, that's it.
It's curtains for you. You might as well don't be mad. UPS is hard.
I'm tired of you talking about South Jersey, bro.
Yo, Og is over here wigging out on South Jersey.
It's pizza, dog. Like,
they next door. They probably can get access to the same water, my guy.
Yeah, also, I mean, I don't know about South Jersey, whatever, but I was in Newark and it stank.
I was in Newark too. That shit is stink as fuck.
Yo, no, seriously, when we got over the bridge.
Yeah, we had to catch a train. Yeah. Matter of fact, you ever seen that movie, New Jersey Drive?
Yes.
Yeah. Just like that.
Don't feel disrespected. Nobody sleeping on it. Nobody mentioned it.
plus, mind you, like most of us are in the position to eat.
I have no reason.
No, I got mad family up there, and so do my wife. But I'm saying mad family in Jersey, but
we like
the stink.
Like I like Atlantic City, but I'm not like specifically about to go.
Yo, I like Orlando too, but
right, yeah, like it's different.
It's different.
There's levels.
I'll tell you what. Next time I'm ever in Jersey, and if Og's there, send me to get some South Jersey pizza.
South Jersey pizza. Yeah. Yo, see, the worst thing about that is it can't be trash.
Yeah,
yo.
No, listen. What he's saying is it can't be trash, because
Og's never gonna hit the end of it.
He's never gonna hit the end of it.
Oh no, we're gonna drive it.
Wow. Listen. We know what Baltimore is. We know what Baltimore is.
You're not making the point that I think that you think you're making.
Nobody's talking shit about Jersey.
Right. Nobody. See. This is what happens. This is what happens when you're the perpetual little brother of New York. You have this complex, Napoleon complex, where you take everything as a shot towards you. Like nobody said anything bad about South Jersey.
Hold on. You guys gave a nod though, because y'all said the water consistency.
Right. I said it's probably the same. It's probably similar.
It's probably the same.
They're not that far away.
It's probably delicious as fuck.
Yeah,
right? It's probably delicious as fuck. But
I said it's likely that the pizza is almost, if not as good.
We know what Baltimore is, but we also know that parts of Jersey are just Baltimore further up north.
Thanks. It's a Baltimore in every state, my
right? It's a Baltimore in every state. It's a Baltimore in every state.
Response like that.
He said it's a shot when you won't try the spots I recommend. And he said
See,
it all
this
caps.
is
He
what I'm talking
yelling
about.
shit.
That's that little brother complex.
The cheek.
That's that little brother complex.
I would.
You ain't say nothing bad about me, but you also ain't say nothing good. So I'm upset. I'm agitated.
Yo, I would have expected that shit from a DC nigga saying some shit like that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yo, that's funny.
That was funny as fuck.
That's funny. No, yo, listen. If Tony had a different name other than Baltimore, I would have been with it. Because like I said, when we got in yesterday, we was looking for food. Right. That was one of the first places I saw. But I was like, Baltimore.
You saw Baltimore, like, nah,
yeah, that's dead.
Yeah,
that's dead. I'm not doing that.
I ain't gonna lie, because I'm like that with the spot in Miami. It's called Miami Subs and Grill.
Mm-hmm.
I think I seen that shit outside of Miami, but it was in Florida though. And we went there. I was like, nah, this shit ain't hitting the same. Not even gonna go there. Fuck that.
Hold up, I gotta address again. Who would like Orlando? When I say
it's not Orlando itself. Your audio.
He's talking about
it's not Orlando itself, McKenna. It's specific things in Orlando.
Yeah, things in Orlando, not Orlando.
Because I'm gonna be real with you, Orlando ain't shit. I've been to the non-shittiest parts of Orlando, and them shits, no cap, they right down the street from the fucking parks.
Right.
Oh, I know. I'm saying, we've
like,
driven,
that would
we've
be the equivalent.
around.
That would be the equivalent of you from Italy, you go somewhere, you try the chicken Alfredo, and it's trash. From that point on, you're probably not going to go elsewhere and try the spaghetti. Like, it's probably not going to happen.
Facts.
And that's what it is. That's what happened. Once I had them crab legs elsewhere, I'm not doing anything with Baltimore name. That's famous Baltimore. I'm not doing none of that. Nowhere else.
You're already accustomed to some of the taste with it.
You know right.
And they don't be doing it the same way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yo,
it ain't necessarily no fault to them because they don't know.
They don't do it the same way. And listen, truthfully, like I said, I had my mouth ready for some seafood.
Bro. Yo, it was a travesty in my case, because we went to a all-you-can-eat buffet.
Right.
And when we got there, it was like free snow crab. I mean, not free, but snow crab legs buffet. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Got him.
Yeah,
I got through 2 of them, and I was like, nah, bro.
Yo, fam, I ain't gonna hold you. When I lived in Miami, my mom, one time we went to a place that had that same thing, like the buffet, but the snow crab too was with it. I think you got to pay extra though for the snow crab.
Yeah, it was like $13 or something like that.
Fam, that shit was busting.
See, nah, B. Had you had snow crab legs anywhere else but Miami at that point?
No, I didn't. So that's what I'm saying.
That's why. That makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. So when I went to South Carolina, same ordeal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The crab legs, they were good. They were straight.
Get them from Maryland, yo.
It wasn't the same, right?
Get that Maryland shit with that Old Bay and all that.
Bro. I was so mad. Like, they came out and like I ain't seen no seasoning on them.
None. Like, yo, where's the fucking Old Bay? Like, what are he
doing? Hold up. You ate it in South Beach?
Yeah, I'm in South Beach.
That's why.
I was in Seattle.
That's why.
With that shit.
It was South Beach, fam. Like,
facts.
Actually,
it was North Beach.
Well, whatever. Like, shut up. You're trolling. Anyway.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not dead serious. It was North Beach.
I know where you was at. Yeah. That's where the others be at. But you gotta go to
yeah. I get it. You ain't gotta say no more.
Yeah. Say less.
but to be fair to them, I've seen this shit on Twitter though, where like certain I follow some of the Baltimore Ravens players, and it's a sports team. Most of them niggas ain't from here.
Right.
So I saw a couple of them talking about like it was this thread, and all of them jumped in, and one of them was like, "Why do people from Baltimore think Old Bay on everything?" I said, "Yeah, you tripping. You don't know what you're talking about. Go away."
No, Old Bay does. I have a bottle.
Here's the thing. I don't even eat it on everything.
Me either.
But you're not gonna act like one of our biggest exports isn't seafood.
Yeah.
Old Bay definitely goes on seafood.
Come holler at us.
Right.
Come holler at us.
I fuck with Old Bay. I speak a little bit of that shit.
Yo, I'm laughing. I'm laughing at Ogma, right? He said even the chains are dope down there. I love Phillips now.
Yeah,
to be clear, Phillips is
your audio.
Yeah, you
audio.
It's worldwide.
Yo, come on, yo.
That's
Stop
right.
playing with it,
Dog.
I've been getting drops this whole week. However, I worked for them for a lot of years.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't know. I worked in
things happen.
The manufacturing. Y'all just don't know.
Yeah.
Y'all just don't
know.
No,
I get it.
No.
The things I've seen.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I ain't been in years.
And I was running the sanitation department.
Marcus.
So
what's the name of that uppercut place?
But
yeah, it's a restaurant. At home.
Hey, yo, give me a second, y'all. I'll be right back.
Not Phillips, not Moe's. The one that had the food truck at the place. Because there's a third.
There's a third seafood place there.
Yeah, I can't think of it right now. Yeah, they had the food truck there. They did the Krabby Fries.
Yep. Krabby Fries. Yo, what's the name of it?
I just can't remember the name, yo.
No, it's enough. It's one out here.
Jimmy's. Jimmy's.
No, this is
Jimmy's
a different
seafood.
one. This is a different one. The one that's out these parts where I'm at.
Well, I mean,
Jada says that he worked at a Phillips in DC back in the day. I guarantee you the Phillips that you worked in was the one that had the manager, Steve Malecki was in it. Steve Malecki came from the manufacturing thing where he was our manager, and then he went over there. And any quality that you saw, it came from Steve. Because them other motherfuckers. it came from Steve Malecki. Shout out to Steve Malecki. Them other motherfuckers, nah, John Payne. Fuck out of here. Niggas ass. I've seen ancient crab meat. I've seen crab meat from crabs that came off from the ocean.
Oh, he said not the warehouse, the restaurant.
I know. They get all the food that goes to that restaurant comes from the warehouse.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And Steve left the warehouse to go to their restaurant. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, I've seen crab meat that had to be thousands of years old. Being tossed in soup.
It was what's the word? Petrified crab meat.
Nigga, with motherfuckers saying, we cooking it so the heat will kill her. Nigga,
yeah,
I've been in a warehouse where you open one can.
Did you not read Ogman's comment?
He gone. He said he'd be right back. He gotta go. Yo, I've seen one can get opened when they're doing it, and the entire building rocks to the side, yo. Jesus. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Put it in the soup. Nigga. I'm trying to tell you.
Yikes.
I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, also I've been getting back into content creating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo. Before you do that, because I want you to talk about that. Let's get into, because I might have to switch to being a viewer. But let's talk about this. That's funny. Let's talk about this one thing. Wow. See, I be knowing stuff and I be seeing stuff.
What you be knowing? What you be saying?
Sometimes I'll be saying stuff, and then sometimes I don't be saying stuff. When this happened, I said stuff. We talked about it on the show.
Oh,
word. Tim, I'm gonna need you to find an article and read it for the peoples. It's a TMZ. It's a TMZ article. So Timberland and Swiss Beats are suing Triller.
Wow.
Now, when this came about, I said that I don't know about this partnership, and I said that it's very interesting how they go ahead and take a deal with these people when they own this thing, and they said we still own it. Blah blah this.
Yeah, that was around the time when the folks was talking about they selling out and all that shit.
Right. And I had said at the time, I had said that this is a thing that sometimes in the community people go overboard with the whole selling out thing. But I had also said it might be a little bit warranted in this situation because we don't know Triller. We don't know Triller.
You don't know that nigga? We don't know that nigga.
We don't know.
Is he true or not?
Right.
No, he ain't true.
We don't know.
So, according to the article, Swizz Beatz and Timbaland have reportedly filed a $28 million lawsuit against Triller. According to TMZ, the two hip-hop titans claimed the video sharing social networking service failed to hold up the financial end of the bargain when they decided to sell their popular Versus platform. Court documents obtained by the publication state Triller.
Audio.
Yeah.
Defaulted when you said defaulted.
It says default.
It defaulted when you said defaulted.
Your ass. Triller defaulted on its agreement after just 2 payments.
Yeah.
Swizz and Timbo said they settled with Triller after the initial default, but alleged Triller continued to make one installment and then failed to pay the remaining balance.
Yeah.
Swizz Beatz and Timbaland started Versus in 2020 as a way to combat the quarantine blues. In March 2021, Versus was acquired by the Triller Network, the parent company of the popular Triller app. As a part of the deal, the 2 Grammy Award-winning producers joined Triller to help oversee its music department.
Yeah.
This is a monumentous occasion, not only for Versus and Triller, but the music business as a whole, Swizz said. Swizz and Timbaland said in a joint statement at the time, by putting Versus in the Triller Network ecosystem and expanding the Versus brand to be side by side with the powerful Triller app, we will be able to continue to grow and evolve the music business as a whole, as we have been doing. To have partners in Triller who share our vision, specifically to celebrate and elevate the amazing artists who continue to shape culture around the world and give the consumer more direct access, is game-changing. Swizz Beatz and Timbaland.
Game changed, all right.
$28 million plus interest. So far, neither of them have publicly addressed the lawsuit.
So I remember when this came out, I had said that there might be some problems. And one of the things that they did, what up, Paul? One of the things they had did when they first did it, and there was backlash from the peoples, they had put out another statement talking about we ain't sell out. Everybody that's been on Versus thus far got a part of ownership.
I remember.
But when you own something, right?
Yeah.
And
yes,
let's say it was 23 of them. So it's 23 owners, right? And ain't no money coming. What them owners get?
Nothing.
Oh, all right.
Damn.
So I'm like, I'll be right. I'll be right I'll be right sometimes.
So Napalm says once they made their deal with Triller, Versus went to shit, and not because the world was opening up too.
Well, I have my own feelings about how that happened, and my theory is it has nothing to do with Triller. It started before the Triller thing, where Versus started going to shit. Ever since they started talking about it's not a competition, it's a celebration.
I remember you said that. I remember you said that.
I be knowing. People don't be listening, but it's cool. It's cool. It's fine.
Yo, niggas be wrong all the time, dude.
Niggas be wrong all the time. That's fine. I be wrong, but I also be right. It's just.
Oh, hey, yo, sis is crazy for this one. They get it.
that pay to play shit.
Exposure.
Yo. See, hold up. Allow me just for a second to rant about that. This is why I be telling you, dick eating ass mom.
Stop.
Audio. No,
it wasn't.
No, that's
no, it wasn't.
Names you guts.
No, it wasn't.
Hey, what's that shit? Language.
Yo, listen. Y'all motherfuckers be.
That was audio for real though.
I'm assuming you liked it.
That was audio. It's audio for real though too.
These they be so hyped up for these little, to me, Ponzi schemes, right? These motherfuckers will have budget for everything else
except the artist.
Your ass. And then they have you out there promoting it because for you it's a big deal.
It's paid to play, dog.
It's a big deal, right? And
exposure.
They got you out here telling your folks.
They got you exposed to what they got you.
That's what they got you out in the middle of traffic, yo. In the middle of the traffic in your boxes and shit.
Butt naked.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you get up there and you perform your heart out to motherfuckers that cannot get you in a position that you really want to get in. And there's literally no A&R people in the audience.
Right. Yeah.
And they collecting ticket money off your ass. Or when they do the dumb shit about, yo, if you sell 10 tickets, you can perform up here. Gee, thanks.
Right.
But
then the argument is going to be that they never tell you anything about no drop the ticket sales.
But they never give you no payout. They never talk about no payout. They're just like, oh, you'll recoup your money by selling the tickets. It's like, nah, fam, like you ain't gonna finagle me like that. Like,
there is a cottage industry. A cottage industry out there of janky ass promoters that have been running this game on artists since pimping, pimping.
This ain't nothing new, dog. It ain't nothing new. That's why
I went through it. Addy went through it. Like, yo, and they think they slick.
My thing was like, I was like, all right, well, you pay for the tickets. We gonna perform. Like, either way, then he had to pay for the tickets himself because he could have covered everything that he paid for. I was like, so how do we win other than getting exposure? You know what I'm saying? And what type of exposure? These people don't know who the fuck we are. We don't up for somebody who's bigger than us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nigga, you know, people have been known to die from exposure. See, listen.
COVID.
You know what I'm saying?
Monkeypox.
Gamma.
The flu.
Yo, Ogma said, if you sell enough tickets, you might break even on your device.
That's all it is. Right. That's all it is, dog.
Yo, I be telling niggas like, don't think I'm flexing when I say it, because I've been through it. I was that artist that, you know, they prey on your dreams. Yep. You know what I'm saying? They prey on the dreams, the shit that you want. This is the dream. I'm gonna, they know.
That's why
they know.
I even stopped paying to go to like shows where I have to perform. Like they'd be like, "Oh, open mic, $15-$30." I did that shit like twice. I was like, "Nah, fuck that. I'm not doing that shit no more. What's the point?" I'm like, "Yo, y'all niggas have the venue. Y'all got people in here. So why do I have to pay in order to perform? Like, I'm paying to be here, so I'm paying my cost. Then I'm paying another $15 to perform."
Craziness.
After a while, I was like, after the second time, I was like, nah, this shit doesn't make no sense.
It's a bro. I had a situation.
Not only would they say, oh, it's exposure, you know what they also kick to you? Oh, you're networking.
Yo, I hate when they take words.
I can network online, my nigga. Like, fuck that. Like,
Napalm can tell you this. I had experience with a motherfucker who tried to, you know, they were throwing a little event, right? And they was trying to get artists to go there and perform, right? Because it was really for exposure of their specific group. And that's cool. I get that. But at this point, I'm already tombstone the dead man.
Facts.
I'm about to go perform in front of 30,000 motherfucking people.
Facts.
But they came and asked, hey, yo, you know, be cool if you can perform down here. All right, I'm cool with that. To get my folk, you know, these people.
Yo, I need you to audition, my guy.
Motherfucker told me I needed the audition.
Right. All right, nigga. Nigga already had like fucking a bunch of K's on YouTube and people coming in to see him. But y'all need him to, man, suck my dick. My bad. Like,
I need to. Who the fuck you playing with?
Yo, who you think you talking to, my guy?
it's MD all day, dog.
That's me. and you're a booger bear. You ain't nowhere.
Yeah, but you want me to perform? All right.
I'm trying to help with my name attached to it, so some people might pay attention to it.
I'm trying to bring you exposure.
Yeah. No facts.
Motherfucker.
How the worms turn. Shit.
Yeah. Do you not know how this works? No. You don't.
Clearly not.
That's why.
Yeah,
that's why your shit ain't going nowhere.
Facts.
That's why. Because you don't know how this works.
And to be fair, I don't know how all of it works either. But
Nobody knows how all of it works because it changes.
Work. And I also know when I'm getting fucked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I'm there when it happens.
Fact.
It was like, I was prom king 83. This is beneath me.
I mean,
nigga, I was prom king in 2012 when this shit was asked of me. Requested
you were
of
lasting
me.
Future King.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what's Gus? I didn't even know that Toom had a platform like that when I got a part of the collective and all that shit.
Right.
I didn't either.
I did my research. I was like, oh shit, this nigga already
got
like
just a nigga with a comic book group.
I still just a nigga with a comic book group.
Like honestly, I thought he needed the collective. Like I thought he was like in my position type shit. You feel me?
Right.
And then kind of find out, I'm like, oh shit, my dog kind of already set.
But my thing with that is, we looking at the whole look at the Airbnb. This nigga got.
Stairs.
He went and got the mansion.
The stairway to heaven, huh?
He went and got a mansion and shit. You know what I'm saying? But no,
mansion
bro,
do be nice though.
It do be. It do be though. I said it do be. Yo, that shit was beneath me, bro. Like, what the fuck? Nigga, I'm trying to help you out. I don't need this. I'm in front of tens of thousands of people. I don't need this.
Yeah. But that's
I'm trying to help you.
People will play you without knowing your background and shit.
That's the only legitimate reason they could actually play you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they don't know. But
the thing is, this person had access to at the very least secondhand intimate information about what I was doing. That's why I'm trying to help you. Yeah. Oh, nah, you can keep that shit. You keep that.
So what? They ain't believe the person that told them about you?
I don't know. Or maybe some people, they put the cart before the horse with their ego. Like, you see some people with egos and you understand why they kind of got it. They've achieved a lot of shit. It's things they've done that have pretty much made them noteworthy.
Right.
But then you got some people out here who take little shit. Like, I'm throwing an event. So now they think just because you throwing, nigga, anybody can do that.
Throw an event.
Most people throw events and most of them don't work out the way they
you can throw an event all you want, but is anybody gonna catch it?
Exactly.
Right. Like, who's coming to see it?
You know, so Gus, the whole Gus thing about it, like, I am unhumbly humble because my confidence is like up there right now. Like, I know I can do anything I want. Mm-hmm. But I also remember when I was fucked up. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I was like, yo, how you gonna get through this? So I keep that in mind also. Like, I know I'm doing like dope shit, but also there was a time where you weren't doing dope shit. So my nigga, make sure you don't handle those two things the same way.
Right.
That's it.
Right. Like,
they do have the kings of the kingdom.
Yeah, but it's a small kingdom. Like it's like a province.
Especially in that community that we're speaking of. Like, it ain't like that. You know what I mean?
Nigga, don't get it twisted. That particular venue he was using has had legendary stuff happen in this venue. However, anyone can book it. You can literally go down there, spend the money, and utilize it.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that they're gonna have legendary shit happen.
Yeah, they're not right. You ain't what made that. You not what made that famous, B, or made that noteworthy around in this local part.
Because don't get confused. If you got the money to pay to book the venue, they're gonna let you rock.
Nigga, there's smaller. There's smaller venues that had more legendary events happen than that. Yeah. Like you just because you did a collection had the collection plate out there and scrounged up money to book the goddamn venue, doesn't mean you bigger than nigga. Stop it. You not. Yeah. You not. You bring nobody to the table. But see, this is when you're overconfident. It's the Dunning-Kruger shit. Like a motherfucker has no experience in doing certain things, but the moment they dip their foot in that pool, now they thinking, oh yeah, I'm the shit.
For the first time too, though. Like, hey yo, you know what we got to bring back? That shit that people used to say in the 90s. Pump your brakes.
Pump your brakes, B.
Don't jump out the window. Take the stairs.
Because people got anti-lock brakes now. They don't got to pump them no more.
Whoa. They might want to.
Shit. He is ass.
No, I'm just saying. No, come on, yo.
They might want to go back to analog. I mean, not analog, manual, my nigga. Because shit. The anti-locks ain't locking, my nigga.
Right. Them bitches pop locking. They ain't
running off the road.
Them bitches dreadlocking. They ain't
don't do that.
The fuck out of here, nigga. Like, yo, fat. Listen, look. All I'm gonna tell you, right, is there are definite times. I would say the majority of the time, you should be humble, because I think you get a better response from people, and you still have to engage with people for business networking and shit like that. But there are times where you gonna have to pull your collar. Yeah, like. Bitch, who you talking?
You can be humble, but don't let people humble you.
Yeah, facts.
That's facts.
Like, nah, look, I don't want around this motherfucker leading with what I do or have done. But but when a motherfucker try to
that's how much value you. Like, you like to remind me every day.
Like
literally every day.
When a motherfucker try to devalue you.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't let that. Nah,
I think you gotta let them accomplishments fly, my guy.
Yeah, yo, beat them over the head. Beat that person over the head with.
On a minuscule level, like, because I'm gonna speak about my job, because I'm proud of myself that I've said I was going to do what I'm going to do, and I've done it. So like, nobody can talk shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. If anybody does, I just
we can talk shit to you.
Y'all can. So whatever. Nah, because I be having people like on my gig, like they say certain shit, like they expect me to do shit for them after my like one of my managers tell me, and then I'm like, nah, I'm gonna egg you for now, and if I'm able to get to it, I'll get to it. You know what I'm saying? But you still can't talk shit about me just because I do that thing. There's a reason why I do that thing right now and then.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
There's bigger fish to fry, like.
And then a lot of people be having flexes that's not flexes.
Yo, how about that? Like
I have no interest in doing this thing that you're flexing about.
The bicep don't go up; it like go down and shit, like spaghetti and shit. Like, yo, I've seen that. Yo, they flexing on shit. That's a flex. Because this is your attempt at flexing,
right?
That's what this is.
One thing I don't like when people incorrect me. That shit is so fucking annoying.
Facts.
Like, yo, Shorty was like, "Hey, yo, you got this count wrong," and the count was wrong. And then I put something on the paper, and I was like, "Oh, this has to be put back." And before she read the paper, she's like, "Oh, why did he say it has to be put back?" And then the girl next to her was like, "It's on the paper." And then it was like, "Oh, I ain't have to say nothing." And then I was like, "But if you read the paper, you know, yeah,
it's that butt right there."
Yeah,
that's yeah.
Like, cause my thing is like, straight up, don't make me get into my asshole bag, because I don't like to be in that bag. I'm comfortable in that bag, but shit.
So do you dig in that bag, or you just poke and then like?
It depends on who it is and what it's about.
Or do you jump in the bag, like the whole body? Like,
no, I haven't.
Your body bag in the body bag.
Yo, fam, I haven't jumped in that bag since like 2000.
Since 03. My bad.
Like on when we go through Facebook different. Wars and shit. But
like, it's different jumping in the bag. Yeah. It's different jumping in the bag than pulling the bag. It's motherfuckers don't be realizing there's levels to that shit. Right?
Because people, the problem with people with me is, since I'm quiet, they think that I don't have that spiciness with me. And so like if you know me, you know I got that in me. So but if you don't know me and then you talk spicy to me, then I do it back with you. 9 out of 10 people, oh shit, they're gonna shut up because they didn't expect that response. But it's like, I'm like,
that needs to be stopped, yo.
He does, yo. He's ass. He's ass. He's ass.
Damn, this nigga doing the whole fucking Married with Children shit.
Yo, the thing that's crazy about that, there are times like something that Coach Calvin told me years ago when we was both working at Phillips, and I saw the way some of these managers was talking to him. You know what I'm saying? Now I knew at that point who the fuck Calvin was. This is before he got like the big in the boxing thing. He was boxing and he was coaching kids and stuff like that. But this is before the rise of Gervonta Davis and all of that. But I knew who he was in them streets.
Mm-hmm.
I knew who he was in them streets. And the whole connection with HBO, The Wire, and all. I knew who the fuck he was. And everybody knew who the fuck he was. So to see some of these people, the way they would like come at him, his boss, the managers, I'm like,
yeah, that ain't the bad.
So I asked him one day when we actually got to know each other because he wound up becoming my manager. Because at first I was just running the sanitation. And then they said, somebody that's in the management group speaking for you when they had his meetings and shit like that. All right. So they put Calvin there. And I asked him at the end of the meeting, like, yo, let these motherfuckers talk to you like that. You fucking CCO. Like, for me, he was talking to you like that. He said, man, I did, did he say 15 years on a RICO charge. This is the first and only actual job I ever had. I'm humble now because I have to be humble.
Yeah.
Facts. People got to realize who they are.
Yeah, and where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's why my job, I don't just snap on people. But if you're talking spicy, I'm gonna give you a little bit of it back. I ain't gonna jump out the window with it.
But you know what?
You give them a little crackle pop. They don't get the snap.
Yeah, they don't get the whole snap. You know what I'm saying?
You know how James always be telling me just duff them? Like, nah, nigga, like that ain't the thing to do. You know? Like I gotta get the gab, so I'm just fucking
he was telling you to buy him a beer, like Duff beer.
No, literally punch.
Yeah,
I use the word punch.
Yeah, yeah. He said
they're not Hawaiian either.
Nah, bro, like it's one of them things. But I think everybody got to learn that because I had an incident up at that same job where it was about to get ugly with Calvin's boss. Calvin helped grab me, like, yo, chill, like, yo, this ain't that. He's not coming at you like, I know his tone, whatever, but he's not coming at you with hands and nothing like that. Like, yo, you need to calm the fuck down. And he saved my job. He saved my job. You know what I'm saying? But I do know that after I went off, me and that manager was super cool after that.
And that's how that shit normally goes.
Super cool, yo.
Because a lot of people will play you simply because they're testing you.
Yeah.
But then you gotta show them like, yo, I ain't the one to be doing that shit.
He was about to be tested right into the ICU. That shit was about, and it was just me, him, and Calvin in that room too. Then you would have to when I got up, first of all, I knew Calvin was athletic because he ran that gym, and I didn't realize his old man's reflexes was like he grabbed the shit out of me. Like, whoa.
But then after the ICU test, after you test something to the ICU, you have to go through a lot of more tests in the ICU.
Yeah, they're gonna test his breathing.
Yeah, all that.
His eye gonna be on dubs and shit.
They'll say give him an eye candy.
Yeah,
the ultimate eye candy.
Yeah, the ultimate eye candy.
Ultimate eye candy.
Yo, that's the one. That's what Q-Tip got from Rex and Effects and shit.
Jesus,
ultimate eye candy. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh god,
you did. But it would be remiss of me to not mention on Q-Tip's behalf. He snuck him, and then after that though, like. It was a bunch. They had to call the Nation of Islam up in there.
Right.
They had to call the Nation of Islam up in there because it was the amount of people that came down there riding for Q-Tip. Crazy.
Speaking of Q-Tip, that just reminded me of something I heard on the way down here. Because Marcus got Sirius radio in his truck, and we was listening to. I think it was Shade 45.
Wait, you ain't drive?
No, nigga.
That's what's up.
Finally.
That's what's up.
I think we was listening to Shade 45 on one of those stations. It was a hip hop talk show on, and it was a dude complaining about, he was on his old geezer shit, complaining, and he was not in a bad way, totally.
Right.
He was talking about people that don't really know nothing about hip hop and but they doing hip hop shows and stuff like that. He was like, it was one show, and some guy, the nigga from De La Soul, and he was talking about De La Soul, and he called the nigga Pos Duos, and I'm like,
you fucking that up.
Duos.
Oh,
he's like, no,
Pasta News, yo.
Pasta News, and I'm like, wait, I've never seen it spelled. So I looked up how it's spelled, and I'm like, all right, I can see why he said Pos Duos.
But if you really knew,
but no, if you knew who that really person was.
He's kind of contradicting himself from what he said initially.
If you knew who it was and you saw his name written, you would be able to understand that's Pasta News.
Yeah.
That reminds me of something else that we was actually going to talk about today as well. These motherfuckers, they do it with hip hop, and they do it with comic books, man. They do it with comic books, man. So one of the things going around, thanks to the premiere of the She-Hulk first episode, so which I loved it. I was laughing. I thought it was dope. One of the things going around though is because in the show, she broke the fourth wall. Now, for those that's not familiar with that, breaking the fourth wall is a character showing that they are aware that they're in a comic book. And they are aware of other dimensions.
Think The Office, think Deadpool, think Zach from Saved by the Bell.
Yes.
It's a bunch of examples.
It's a bunch of characters that done that.
Yeah.
So inevitably what you find with all of these things is these smarty-arty ass niggas who think they smart. Think they smart about this shit. They weigh in on it.
Type.
Let me ask you this. Can you whip my ass?
Can you whip my ass?
You know what I'm saying? Like, so of course somebody comes and has a complaint because they want to pretend, and I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out why you motherfuckers are doing this. They want to pretend that they are just so entrenched and ingrained in comic book lore, culture, and community that they gotta pick something to pick about.
It's the opposite of imposter syndrome.
Yeah, that's it, bro. That's it. Like, it's Dunning-Kruger. Damn, that's it.
Yeah,
imposter syndrome and Dunning-Kruger are the opposite side. That's what it is. These motherfuckers been running around going, she stole that from Deadpool. Deadpool does that.
When in reality, she was doing it way before Deadpool was a thing.
Right. Deadpool did not start even doing that until his 28th issue.
Right.
Now, for those of you that don't know how these issues come out, by the time a character is at 28 issues, years have gone by.
And that wasn't even an original characteristic of his.
No.
Yeah,
it was not.
He didn't get that until he was about to be canceled for real.
And this is the thing, you guys, you gotta stop. You gotta stop, because I know I am a dumbass about a great many things, but every time y'all do some stuff like this, y'all make me feel smart.
Bro.
Y'all make me feel like I know some shit. Right? Y'all gotta stop doing that because you sound dumb. I saw y'all do this with Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
I saw y'all do this with Hulk and Thanos. Mm-hmm. Yo, y'all, you don't know dick about comics.
Remember they did that shit with Space Jam and the Bunny too,
right?
Yes.
Y'all don't know dick. And here's the thing that's crazy about all that. Because I remember there was a time, we talked about this, me and SPJ talked about this. Mm-hmm. There was a time when a lot of us that was into this shit, we kept it kind of on the low. We ain't discussed with other motherfuckers because you can get clowned for it.
Facts.
Especially some of the circles I ran in. And when we grew up, like, you can get clowned for that. So you kept it on low. And it's funny because a lot of the people, you're seeing this shit from a lot of the people that would have been doing the clowning back then because they didn't read the shit. They wasn't into it. And now because Marvel made it cool.
Audio.
Yeah. Language.
Ass. Hey, what's up, Biddy? It's not because you motherfuckers have actually decided to really dive head first into this shit and catch up. You want to be the cool kid.
Mm-hmm.
Already were. That's why you were reading them back then. That's why you don't know that She-Hulk was doing that before Deadpool.
Exactly.
But new. Y'all sound dumb. Something else that came up. So you know they're doing a reboot type thing of the Addams Family.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, yo,
we back at it.
What's going on with that?
We back at it like we bad at it.
Andy, it's the same thing. It's a situation where you feel so confident. You feel so confident, and then you don't. So I'll give you the punchline first.
Yes,
these fools are wilding out because the father, I'm not gonna say his name yet, the father is being played by a Hispanic gentleman.
Yes.
So y'all really like tell me you don't know nothing about the Addams Family without telling me you don't know nothing about the Addams family.
Yeah.
So you know his last name is Gomez, right?
Right. So yeah. Well, I mean,
no, stop before you comment. Let's let that marinate.
I mean,
Gomez.
Do we have to? Come on, dog. I know it's them folk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know who that character is supposed to be by the last name. So for them to implement a Hispanic character now, like, that's not
right.
That ain't fucking me up.
You know exactly. Just going. Exactly. What the fuck? And then when if we really want to talk about oh shit, he must have dropped. If we really want to talk about just the way the character looks, yeah, he's back. If we want to talk about that, if you want to talk about just the way the character looks, look at the old drawings,
right? The original ones.
The original ones.
Features.
Oh, so wait, hold up. So the Addams Family had a comic book first?
They had. I don't know if it was a comic book or which one came first.
They've had comic books. They have cartoons.
Because my first
they had cartoons. Right.
My first introduction to them was the movie.
What up, Cindy?
The live action movie.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was cartoons.
Yeah, no, it was a thing before that.
I thought the cartoons came afterwards because I remember the cartoons. I was born in '87, so
same here, my guy.
I just didn't know how it went. You know what I'm saying? Like what is it called? The not trajectory.
And they had a live action TV show too.
I didn't know the timeline. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, the live action TV show was first, right? That was first. But my thing is Gomez.
Yeah, that's layup. And I'm from Miami, so like, yeah, I'm a Hispanic person. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
And they out here wilding.
Yeah.
Once again.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's something that my uncles and aunts and mom and grandmother used to always say. You out here loud and wrong.
Bro.
You out here loud and wrong.
But again, it is better for society for you to be loud and wrong.
Facts.
Than quiet and wrong.
We need to see you. We do need to see you. You need to be in
so
the
keep
right
it up,
way.
guys.
Keep doing it. But just know that every time you rear your head up,
I'll be there.
We'll be there. We will be there. And it's a moment you think we don't see you, you're saying. And also,
well, I see everything.
Well, duh.
Every step you take, every move you make, every post you make, I'll be watching you.
We see you out there wilding. We see you every time. We see you. Just know, we know you're there. We know what you're doing. And oh, by the way, just know, after you do that shit and you try to get quiet, and you try to fade into the background with everybody else, like you was regular weed, like everybody else.
Oh no, we remember.
We gonna remember now.
We remember.
Yeah, we remember. Yeah,
we remember.
Yo, there's a few niggas on Facebook that's still on my friends list that think I forgot some of the shit they did. Like I saw recently.
Yeah, no.
And I like their post. I was like, yo, hold up. Wasn't he the dude that said that one thing when we was going through the whole? Yeah, I was
like, nigga,
yo, let me unlike that shit.
you take anything to happen from COVID being because of radio waves.
Right.
Nigga.
I'm even talking about the whole protest shit and all that during COVID.
I listen, even as far back as 2012 with the Aztec Mayan calendar,
bro.
And then after you OD'd and you went out and you exposed yourself, and then the shit happened, you motherfuckers got quiet.
They got low, dog.
You got your back, and you put your head down, and you start talking like you had sense.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that didn't see the shit before, they hearing you speaking would never think you was one of those.
Hey, hold on.
Never think you was one of those.
Hold on. Q Alex Jones.
Facts. Yo, Cisco, remember that time when? We remember that. Thought we forgot, but we remember. We remember you ODing, saying the craziest shit, buying into the dumbest shit ever. And we said at the time, yo, this is bullshit. And you push back. And when I say push back, I'm not talking about a little nudge. I'm talking juggernaut getting a running start from the top of the East Coast all the way down to Florida. Your pushback, your pushback was crazy.
Monumental.
Hey, let me ask you a question though. Does that speak more about our pettiness or their inconsistencies? Or their inconsistency to keep the energy the same?
It's both, bro. It's both. It's
which one's worse?
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you. What's worse to me, honestly, is when the facts have presented themselves and they don't sway you.
Yeah,
you're still doubling down on dumb. Excuse me. I gotta stop saying that. You doubling down on doofus. When you do, you know what I'm saying? When you still doubling down on doofus, that's, I think, to me is worse. But we cannot lose sight of the fact that when you know you were wrong and try to hide instead of acknowledge it, that's pretty bad too. And then you try to reposition yourself to fit in with the normies.
Yeah, like you never said that.
Right.
No.
And then you over there going ham on other people, and that's crazy. Hold up, B.
Rocks and hot in your hands.
Hold up, B. You was on that train too. I saw you in the window.
Yo, no, you was the conductor.
And the train was so cheap and bullshit that you was doing the choo-chooing. It didn't even make the noise. It was like you was choo-choo and blowing smoke.
Hey, you brought people with you.
Facts.
I saw you. Yo, it's so many people that I see on a daily basis that when they pop up on my feed, I go, hey, I remember when you was running around here talking about COVID started radio waves. You, nigga, you.
I remember
you. I remember there was literally a YouTube video of a dude going around
with the Geiger counter.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, like, what are you doing, man? Like, you don't even have a job that makes you have to have this tool. You went to Home Depot and bought
the wrong type of one.
Yeah, you don't even know how to use it. Bought the wrong
type of one. And by the way, when he did that, if you looked at the comments underneath, it was hundreds of comments of people going, "Look at that! That's a shame." Oh, it's a lot of y'all. It's a lot of y'all, and it was very few of us going, "Yo, that's not even the right," and that's not how. But that.
But my thing is, I didn't even know if it was the right thing or not. I was just like, my first thing be like this, right? Are they actually using the right tool? What are they actually looking for? Like, I ask those type of questions. And if that's not being explained in the video, I'm be like, no, this is trash.
The one question that needs to be asked about that is why you think radio waves create viruses. That's
that Here's the thing.
No, but my thing, I'm just trying to be fair and give them the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying?
No. Fuck that. Listen, forget the tool and everything. Just a very simple thing. So, cancer, right? What do they use to kill cancerous cells?
Oh, chemo. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Radiation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yes, you can get radiation sickness.
2 different types of radiation. And
right.
No matter how many times I tried to explain that in these threads, it shot.
How many of us stand in front of a microwave?
Okay.
How many of us stand in front of a microwave?
Special space.
Popcorn. Like, yeah, I ain't worried about that, but y'all worry about 5G. Like, y'all
you will literally sit in front of the microwave. You know that emits like a lot of energy. You will literally stand in front of the microwave, but 5G is like, no.
Hey man. Listen, like I said, some of these same people I see from time to time on my timeline and trying to pretend they the regulars.
But you know who I like? Weed. I love the people who be like, yo, I was on that bullshit back then. Now I'm right. Now I'm correcting myself.
They're unicorns, my guy.
Yeah, but it rarely happens. But the ones that actually do that, and
the ones that do that, I love them.
I haven't seen nobody do it for the 5G, but I've seen people do it for like other things.
I haven't seen anybody do it for 5G.
Here's the thing about that. I'm still going to terrorize them because you shouldn't have been that dumb in the first place. There are certain things that you can be wrong about and not be dumb about.
Yeah.
But the only reason why they got so like they jumped out the window for it is because it was something new.
Sure. So there was that's the thing.
No, I'm not saying it's okay. It's just
that's why I'm on their ass.
Yeah.
Because you shouldn't have been that dumb in the first place.
Like then COVID just came out and all that shit too, and now y'all attaching that to this. Like, why y'all making the world more difficult than it needs to be?
But it's not even that. They're so dumb that they can't bother to do a little bit of cursory research. Every single time that there's been a new cell generation, it's been the same thing. With 1G, with 2G, with 3G, with 4G, with 5G. And we ain't died from it yet.
Yes.
Because it's like what somebody said, they said, oh, well, we have all the technology that we're ever going to need. They were wrong back then.
That's an impossibility.
Yeah, we're always going to as much as we move.
As long as there are things to do, people will find better ways to do it.
Exactly.
And we're going to either we're going to drag these people into the future, or we're just going to adapt. You know what I mean? Shit. Which one?
You got to think about it. At every point in history, there has been something created that people were like, oh, this is amazing.
Cindy said you guys must know my sister.
Hey, think about the automobile when there was horse carriages.
Shots, right? When people first realized, oh, horses.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, it can't get much better than this. Then they got the carriage. Yeah. Oh, can't get much better than this. Then the first automobile.
Oh,
it can't get much better than this.
People didn't think this shit would catch on. The same thing even with cell phones. People didn't think that shit was going to catch on.
Mm-hmm.
And look at us now.
Yo,
that's fact, right.
Yo, can we just say this?
This is a fact, yo.
Human beings, we love convenience.
Special spaces ass.
Right.
He said, "Who's paying you guys to say all that?"
Big 5G.
The Illuminati, my guy. The Illuminati.
I got my checks.
My checks say Illuminati, and they get signed. The sign is the little eye.
Yours is the little eye?
Yeah, no, the big eye. The little.
The big eye. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, mine too. Yeah.
The Al Haru. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Listen, I'm here to tell you, it's what Ogma said. It's what Ogma said. After I caught you with that,
your name is permanent shit in my mouth.
Yeah, like when it come to you say something, you could be telling me it's raining outside. I'm be like,
bro, I'm gonna go look.
So it rained now, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
But that's where my pettiness comes in, because like, yo, everything that you were saying, dude, I would do the opposite, even while knowing doing the opposite is wrong, just to make sure, only because you said it.
Yeah, like we could be going to work. Like, yo, I usually turn left here. Oh, you do?
I'm going right.
I'm gonna go right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the building right there. I know.
I don't give a fuck. You told me some other bullshit earlier, and it was.
Yeah, I don't know if I can trust that anymore. Like it's like SBJ said. There are levels to absurdity, man.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things that require study and research, and you can be forgiven for being wrong about some things, about something. But some shit, come on, B.
I be like, yo, how y'all don't got friends that check y'all? That's why I love y'all too, and Marissa. Like, y'all check me when I'm wrong. And be like, yo, Addy, you ain't think that shit through. Check it again.
I have a vested interest in you being right.
Yeah, not only right, but accurate though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I don't give a fuck about just being right. I want to make sure like I understand the information too. When I give it to somebody else, I can relay it so they can understand it.
Yo,
so like that's what I love about
we all fall short from time to time. Yeah. What protects you is that knowing that this is the case, your mind is open to correction. Some of these people, they sat and argued down, and then accused you of all kind, like special space trolling. But you saw stuff like that all the time.
Yes.
You know, you must be shilling for some people that don't even know you from Adam.
They'll assume be that you were
like, yo, and again, there's levels to absurdity, and it's only so far down the absurdity chain I'm allowing you to go before your name becomes shit in my mouth. About anything, like, yo,
that shit was so absurd. People say I'm getting paid for being the shield. I'm like, nigga, I work at Lowe's, fam. Like, what are you talking about? I go to work every day.
Yeah. Like,
I only have this much a lot of time on the internet to fuck with y'all, to argue with you. You know I'm gonna pay for this shit.
Cindy said my sister was on that 5G causing COVID shit, and she's anti-vax, but she got her cell phone and iPad. Yeah, right. See, because
because cell phones, iPods, and iPads.
This is part of the argument we've been making for years, Addy. The thing where people will sit up there and badmouth science and talk all this stuff about science, but meanwhile, they are benefiting from the fruits of all of this science, and it's like, yo, like. When you get up in the morning and turn that light on, how that happen? You know, there's science behind that current.
Cindy, I have a question. Does your sister have a microwave in her crib?
I'm fairly certain.
No. Let's not assume. Let's not. No.
I'm just saying.
Like,
I'm just saying.
Does she use a microwave? Period. Like, shit.
Look, all I can tell you is. She says her kids all have iPads, but not a damn polio vaccine between the 5 of them. That's crazy. Wow, Discord says 6G. Yo, this is a crazy bar right here, yo.
Yeah, yo, that's facts though. Watch.
6G causes the rapture.
Once that happens, people are going to speak that narrative.
Nigga, I'm starting it. I'm starting it.
Oh, she did. Oh, she said no. Oh,
damn.
Liar.
Damn.
I think she's trolling.
Yo, let me tell you something. I'm starting that. When 6G is out, I'm saying it causes the rapture, yo. Yo, they got to stop with the 6G or the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse will ride. You know what I'm saying?
They were riding already.
I had one of my friends, they posted they said, I post misinformation on purpose. And at first I was upset, but I'm like, yo, we in 2022. I don't mind it. Like, people do that shit purposely anyway. You know what I mean? So, like, since I know you and I know that you're doing it on purpose, I guess you're just trying to, like, see who's going to actually believe this shit.
Right.
So it's like, it's kind of funny.
Yo, this shit is hilarious, yo. Special Space says 6G causes 12G.
If you have 2 phones.
That's
one for the plug, one for the low.
Yep.
Yo, that shit is hilarious, yo.
Oh no, she says microwaves are also evil according to her. Oh, how she heat her food up?
Well, you know, before there was microwaves, there were ways to cook food.
I mean, but shit, if I just want to, heat up what is it called, like a mold, like some noodles.
Why ain't people out here complaining about microwaves?
Those are even more dangerous.
Yo, Motherfuckers worrying about radio waves. Why ain't worry about TV
Ooh. Why they not ready? Why they not worry about stingrays?
We ain't ready to have that conversation. We ain't ready to have stingray conversation, are we?
I mean, you already saw what happened with Steve Irwin.
Niggas got issues with hand waves.
Ooh.
Nobody said nothing about hand waves.
What about sound waves?
So now we back at radio waves.
True.
What about hair waves? Niggas waves be spinning and shit.
Yeah. People be ignoring that.
Facts.
What about just waving in general?
Facts.
What about trying to get on the wave? The wave. So I guess we all not trying to be wavy. Okay, cool.
Crazy. Cindy continues. Her husband is a chiropractor. Wow. Said letting her. She said she let her boys surf the Jersey Shore when the water was still all kinds of nasty after a superstorm Sandy, and when her son got sick from it, she thought putting thieves oil on his feet would cure him. Yeah, see, this is where the stuff that is not funny.
Yeah,
because people, they believe all kinds of foolishness, and then they drag their kids.
Haberdashery.
Yeah, yo, this is where it gets bad, man. Like, seek help. When you're sick, go seek help from somebody who actually trained and went to school and learned how to do this shit, because the odds are you're going to get a better result. It's not that these people are perfect. It's not that they can't fuck up. It's just that your odds are much better for you getting made well by that person than the guy that spent the last 15, 20 years flipping a burger. But I'm trying to tell you, it's not that flipping the burger is bad. It's that he doesn't have the expertise. He hasn't worked in the field. He doesn't know nothing about that shit. He's sitting there telling you all you gotta do is put a penny under your pillow and it'll cure. Shut the fuck up.
But not only that though, Tom. Those same people who are figuring this stuff out for us.
Yo, Og was killing me right now.
They're human beings too, so they're going through the same shit.
Yeah.
So it'll behoove you to listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could catch COVID. They could be affected by same ailments that you could be affected by. Why not listen to them?
Right. That's, man, listen. It is what it is with that. Like, people be dumb. But my issue with that is, it's funny to a certain point. The reason it's getting less and less comical now, to be honest with you, is because of the internet. Because these dumbasses were isolated. That too, definitely that. But they were isolated with their bullshit, right? But now they can literally communicate with other dumbasses and spread this shit around. And the problem is with humans, if we see a group of people buying into something, it is almost sure that a lot of people are going to suspend their rational thought and go, it must be happening because you see all these. And these motherfuckers have a lot of followers now. They can get a lot of followers based off that shit, and it lends a false sense of credibility to the shit they saying.
That's
just whack.
Shit. I got dip.
Population.
You got dip?
Yeah.
All right, bro. Have a good trip.
Try to get back in the chat.
Cool.
All right,
have a good trip.
Right, y'all.
Hand your business. Peace.
Back home safe.
Shit crazy, bro.
What's that shit? Argumentum of populace or some shit like that?
Yeah, something. I think that's the logical fallacy of it. Yeah, because something is popular.
Believed by a bunch of people.
By a bunch of people. Yeah, it doesn't mean an argument about popularity. Like, again, you see this all the time. That's what makes it dangerous. You know, we used to talk about all the time before how the village idiot was alone in his sorrows.
Mm-hmm.
He was in town saying the goofiest shit ever. Nobody really took him seriously. He was alone in that. But with the invention of the internet now, he can find other like-minded people, and they can spread these things around, bro.
As a matter of fact, it might not even be like they think like him. It's just like he said something provocative and that's not normally said. And, you know, people love to
people love true.
Think different and have the informational highway that nobody else has and neither they're deep. That's what
you allowed to think different, but be accurate. That's all. Like, I don't see how those two things can't work together. You know what I'm saying? Like
they should
endeavor to be accurate.
Yeah.
And you know, something else that we got actually spoiled about, Addy. So because you and I kind of came to prominence during the whole skepticism activism era, we surrounded ourselves with people who are skeptics.
Mm-hmm.
So when there's certain things come out, certain discussions are being had, we got accustomed to people going, "Wait, let me check, let me see if it's true." I don't, and throwing caveats out. Now I'm not sure.
Right.
We got used to that.
Yeah, we will always say that. Yeah, even if we knew the information was correct, but we at least search it out for yourself.
We want to,
yeah.
We got accustomed to that. Even though for many more years before, we were just like, you know, being around people that do that all the time. They make this wild claim and make it as a fact claim. They don't put no caveats up there. Right. They don't seek to get any information to verify their claim. None of that stuff. We got used to this sort of community where people were checking their claims. People were very prudent on the claims they were willing to make. So what happens is we see these other people doing this now. It's like, yikes.
Yeah.
Yo, you just can't, you ain't gonna, or you gonna make that claim and not seek to try to at least show people evidence of what.
But you know what they do? You know what they do? They'll tell you, prove my claim is wrong.
And see, because of the community that we got used to being a part of, we know that's not how that works.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
So we get appalled, and honestly, a lot of the times, I get so appalled. I'm like, I don't even really want to continue this conversation with you because I got to repair too much shit.
Yeah, it gets to a point like, you know, a person is too far gone, and I'm not doing that for you, bro.
I mean, what more? Like, it's a thing where I don't believe that most people are that it's useless with most people, but I do think you have to be aware of your level of expertise when it comes to being able to teach a motherfucker something.
Yeah,
everybody's not a teacher. You may have absorbed and read a lot of this information, but maybe you don't have the skill to present it in a way and relay it in a way that makes sense. So you got to also look at yourself and go, know your limitations. Like, oh, nah, B, because in order for me to get you to understand this point here, I have to repair your understanding of so many other things before we even get here. Yeah, I'm not capable of doing that.
It's like if you try
on a lot of topics.
If you gotta teach somebody about like astrophysics, I'm not an astrophysicist, but if I know something about it, then there's math with that. I'm not a mathematician. Like, there's other things that I'll have to prepare to talk to you about before we get to why this and this is how it is. Like, I don't have the strength.
I don't have. Yo, I'm gonna give you a classic example of a time. So I got interviewed by the BBC years ago. So they sent the reporter to the house. I talked to her, and then she gave my phone number to the editor, the person that was editing the piece.
Right.
So this is when I was still living in Laurel. I'm on the phone talking to the guy, and the conversation went from the article to other things, and we start talking about string theory. Now, I am not a quantum physicist.
Right.
But within GU, there were people in GU that were.
Yeah.
Right.
I can name them too.
And worked in the field. Right.
Yep.
I had read a lot of stuff about it. I had talked to these people about it. And I had a working understanding of it. But the biggest understanding of it was that it is not settled. That was not settled science.
You are right. It's not settled in stone.
Yeah. It wasn't settled. And when the way he was talking about it was, this has been proven. This is. No. And I said, bro, no, it's not. It's not. This is not what they consider to be settled science. Not yet. It's not there yet. There's a whole bunch of other steps and things they're looking for in order for it to be even that. Because a lot of the things that it answers, there's other things that could answer that too.
Yeah, because that's why in that sense is that they were like, it's hypothetically, this is what it can mean. Like it
Right.
could be this because of the information that we have.
Right. And they're
But
still working on it. They're still working on it.
because there's still puzzles to the pieces that are missing that they can't like literally say, "Oh, this is that." You know,
Right. So when I'm talking to him, he was doggone. This is it. And I said to myself, I can't. There's nothing I can do with this because in order for me to get him to understand how this shit works, I would have to repair his knowledge about how the scientific method works.
and nobody got no time for that.
Right.
Nobody got no time.
Nigga, we talking about this interview. You know what I'm saying? We talking about this fucking interview. Like, it's just funny the way that shit works. So sometimes you gotta know your own limitations and your expertise.
And you gotta know when to learn when to shut the fuck up. Because I've been learning that a lot recently. Like you ain't gotta respond back to everything.
You don't.
Gotta, especially like if you know like a conversation is lost, just hey, well, you have your way of thinking, I have mine, and I'm not even trying to convince you to my way. I'm just my main goal really is to make you understand where I'm coming from.
Right.
You don't have to agree with me.
But you know what you could say? Because sometimes I've done this. Like, so I'm hoping the day comes when you actually do some studying on this topic, so that you will turn around and see that.
But even that, I don't even say that no more because like that could come off as condescending because that'll make the person feel like, oh,
I don't give a fuck.
I didn't look into it.
Yes.
No, I'm not saying that I feel like
you could listen.
I know that you didn't look into
right.
it.
If 1 + 1 is 2, and you telling me it's 64, I know you haven't done that shit.
But my thing is just like, far be it for me to be like to correct them and whatever they feel like they're knowledgeable in. Like whatever, that's how you feel when people jacking it. I'll let you lead people to be dumb. I'm not going to do that.
Listen, a special space says, like he says, and therein lies the rub. We all suffer from Dunning-Kruger effect. It's a fact. It afflicts everybody in different ways on different topics. Discourse says, special space continues. It goes, catching yourself in a Dunning-Kruger moment is a learned and practiced behavior. Exactly.
Yeah.
Discourse says Dunning-Kruger has a component that also includes the wise thinking they are fools, or more commonly thinking fools around you are wise.
Yo, that's wild.
That's a bar.
Because there'll be times like where I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I'll be around a group of people, they're being contrarian, and everyone else around them are agreeing with that person because they've heard those things from other people before.
And they're all
your audio, bro. Your audio.
They're also all using the same method to determine what's true and what's not true. And you're not.
Yeah. And even trying to explain that part alone, like this is how like I come like a lot of times I'm like, yo, I used to think like you. This is why I don't anymore. I don't even try to explain that part no more because like it doesn't matter because it's like, yo, y'all haven't went through that. Y'all haven't challenged your own ideas and your own thoughts. Right. Y'all just like everything's. This is what I taught. This is what I've told everybody around.
I heard this.
That.
So
so it gotta be true because everybody else thinks that.
Somebody I respect said it. So that sort of thing.
Appeal to authority and all that.
Yeah, it's one of the things. But again, you know, there's certain things I know I have my limits. Right. I'm not going to sit up there and go round and round with a person. Once I discover that there are process problems in your thinking that I cannot repair, I'm moving on.
Because all you want to do is be in a stalemate and the conversation is not going to go nowhere. So like I just dub it like fuck it, like all right, cool. And it's not even on no agree to disagree shit. Just like we just don't agree and we could just not agree. Fuck it.
Right. And again, you know, learning is a process, period. But there's a portion of learning where you do have to humble yourself to the fact that this source knows more about this topic than you do. So you can shut the fuck up, listen and read instead of doing this all the goddamn time in the middle of the shit, sound like a goddamn fool with no information to back up anything you're saying. And that's the other thing. Being in this community, you get accustomed to people at least making the attempt to back up their claim. That is not the norm.
Yeah.
That is not the norm. People usually say things and since they said it, and you know them, it must be. Nah, B. No one's saying you're trying to deceive me on purpose. We're saying you could be deceived and you're spreading the deception.
Right. That's why I tell a lot of people, like, I remember I was talking to someone, they were like, oh, my grandmother told me this. I was like, I'm not saying your grandmother's lying. I'm just saying she might have known what's actually true or not, because she probably heard it for a long time.
Right.
So you could be being deceived by somebody who's actually being genuine to you, you know, like,
right.
That's a thing that happens. But like we say, appeal to authority, people that you love and people that you put to a higher standard to yourself, whatever they say to you, you just blind eye believe it. Me,
facts.
I used to be like that, but I learned how not to. Like, there was things that my mother said. I'd be like, if it's practical and makes sense, like, yeah, I'm a rock with it. But if something threw me off a little bit, I'd be like, I don't know, Mom. Let me look into that.
Right.
See if that's true or not. And that's something that's okay to do.
Yeah. I think too many people, their ego, I ain't gonna say ego, I'm gonna say their I guess ego is a good word. Their personality, their persona gets entwined, their identity gets entwined with the things they believe to be true.
Yeah, remember I made a post one time. I was like, yo, your beliefs aren't who you are, or they don't have to be who you are.
Right.
Like you can have caveats of that shit. Like I do believe like certain things are wrong or certain things are right, but that doesn't make me who I am necessarily. Like, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God.
Right.
Fine, that it. But there's things that I do believe in. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Just because I don't believe in God doesn't mean I don't have to believe in anything at all.
See, and those are some of the word games that I've seen used a lot with people when they say atheists don't believe in anything.
Right.
Right. These are word games. These are word games, right? Because I don't believe your story,
right?
Your story, or the story somebody gave to you, passed down to you from generation to generation, with scant data to back up. Right. I don't believe that story. And when you start talking to people about that, like when they start telling you all the reasons why they think that's true, and you start making comparisons, you start saying, back in the day, ancient times, when people believed in things that you now see as myth,
right?
They used all these exact same examples you're using
exactly
to say, this is how I know this is true.
And then,
right?
Then my thing be like, yo, now we got resources that debunk those claims. And it's like, nah, they had it right.
And now you feel super smart because you say to yourself, I know Zeus doesn't exist.
Right.
You feel super smart being able to say that. Yeah. But yet you can't use that same
with Yahweh or Mahat or
You know what I'm saying? Like so it's one of them things that's kind of funny to me when I see that happening. But they don't see that, and this really is not even just
it doesn't only apply to religion, it applies to most
I was about to say it don't just apply to religion, it applies to a lot of things. Like, you don't see that method you're using right there is flawed. It's the method that needs to change. One of the things that I always like to do too is, rather than get into this long drawn out thing of point, counterpoint, fact, counterfact, I always try to ask, like, how did you come to that conclusion?
Right. Where'd you get it from?
Because therein is where you find the linchpin, where their argument will fail.
And most of the time, I never hear, oh, I looked into it myself. I normally hear, and I'm not saying that goes for everybody that comes to those type of conclusions. I'm saying in my anecdotal experience, I've normally heard that they've heard it from somebody else that they revere and respect. You know, I'm like, that's fine. That's cool.
That's also how most of us learn, though. Like we learn from knowledge of people that came.
But I've also learned to question the people that you revere.
You're supposed to. Something McKenna said here. I've brought this up. I've been on interviews and brought this up. She said, I wish there was more teaching or questioning everything and truly looking into the source in schools. Maybe a science class you're taught to look into verifying your sources more, but not much else. I've often argued that there needs to be critical thinking courses.
Yeah.
And what I've said this with teachers, and what teachers have said to me, well, we throw it into the lesson plan. I'm like, that's not enough.
It's not, because like you could teach a person science, but not teach them the critical thinking of how they got to the conclusion and the process of.
If you do it that way, respectfully, you're not teaching it right, because literally science is the method.
Yeah.
So you're not teaching that method.
Yeah.
Like, you're not teaching them some basic facts here about this effects. That's not going to get it.
Yeah.
You want to start that. You want to start at the method.
Yeah, you got to make them understand. Oh, why? Not only don't start where this is true.
Right.
Why is it true?
Right.
How did we come to this conclusion? Like, I feel like that's more important. It's the same way.
I think that's more important.
It's the same way how they say with math, show your work.
Yeah.
How did you get to this?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
I completely agree. I think, to me, it's more important because, when you first started getting into these sort of conversations with people, it may have been fun to go back and forth with this person to make a claim, and then you go, no, because in this year, sudden, that might. But I think it's less helpful than instead of going through all that rigmarole. Get to the source. What made, why do you think that's true? What made you think that's true? Like, what, like, how'd you get to that? How'd you get there? McKenna says, questioning in general. I had a biochem professor that still thought deoxygenated blood was blue because of diagrams and anatomy. Would not admit differently until a friend wrote a 10-page paper on it with sources for him. Then he finally accepted it.
That's funny, because you know how many rap bars there are with that same thing. Like, even him say, "Yo, I strike you and have you bleed until your blood's still bluish." Yeah. Those type of things stay in culture and never get questioned. And when you're the person that's like, that's not actually true, right? They're like, "Oh no, because this person said it, or it's in that form of way or expression or whatever." And I feel like that's the things that we need to tackle, because that's how things that are myths become realities.
Yeah.
Even though they're not,
I like this special space. I recommend programming classes as young as possible. It's all demonstrable logic, or math. If your kids are more mathy, programming if they're more languagey. Like, I like the idea of that, because it helps them. It helps hone a set of tools that they can use for other things.
Right.
And someone just has to make the connection for them. Like, yo, what you did with this,
you can do it with this.
With this too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when my kids were younger, their mom and I, it was certain books that they were required reading for them. Books about critical thinking and all that other stuff. And listen, everybody falls short. All of us have blind spots. It's a reason. It's a reason for peer review. It's a reason. Yeah. There's a peer review. All of us have blind spots, but I find that more so than a lot of other kids whose parents weren't so doggedly on that, our kids tend to be more thoughtful about positions before they accept them as true. My daughter, for instance, sitting there in midstream in conversation, she will research. We'll look something up real quick. Like, hold up.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Midstream, like
I do the same thing too.
While we're talking,
yeah, I look it up. Oh, because if I respect someone, I don't want them to be wrong either. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, if let's be accurate together. Yeah, like let's figure this out together. Let's see if you're actually right. Because the shit that you kick into me, it might be like one little way that you phrased it or whatever that made me think like that doesn't seem right.
Right. It's funny. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how they could do it in the to structure it in the school system, educational system. So here, I'm talking specifically here in the United States.
Right.
I don't know how that works. There's so many.
It's been so ingrained how we do it for so long.
Yeah, and there are structural issues with the way education is disseminated here in this country as well. A classic example. So my mother-in-law, she's a retired special education teacher. Here in Maryland, I don't know if they're doing this elsewhere, there is a teacher shortage.
Oh shit.
So what they've been trying to do is get retired teachers, not necessarily to come out of retirement, but to work a few days the week.
Yeah, come out of retirement, basically.
Because they want them to literally do everything that a teacher does and not be just a sub. No.
Right. They're actual teachers, not
But one of the reasons they're having a problem keeping teachers because they don't want to pay them.
Yeah.
And that's clearly like, all right, so in
here in Maryland, buy their own supplies and all that shit. Like,
yeah, bro, here in Maryland, like when I was living in Laurel is in Anne Arundel County. Anne Arundel County pays teachers the least of all these other counties here in Maryland, the least. So a lot of these teachers are leaving this system and going to places like Montgomery County where they pay them more.
Yeah, it's better.
And you can't really blame them from doing it, right? But they think that the solution for their teacher shortage is to bring retired folks out of retirement when all you could just pay them more.
Yeah,
pay them more.
That's the most reasonable response. Or
you would think
response like
you would think that, right? But what I'm seeing is there are other concerns politically, I believe, that this nation has that they rather prioritize over making sure the teachers are straight, even though teachers affect all of our lives. Like you're a kid, you got to go to school, right? So you're going to be interacting, and you're going to school during formative years, the developmental years in your life. It seems to me you would want the people that are responsible for molding those developing minds, to feel that they're valued, shown that they're valued, paid, and really be into what they're doing, and not necessarily the concern being, I just don't get paid enough. I don't get paid enough. You would think that, right? But
because I feel like if they're getting paid enough, then they'll be able to do their actual job instead of worrying about, what's the word? Like, I guess not reciprocation, but handling the other things that the administration is supposed to handle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's funny you say that too, because on the administrative tip, everybody has different sets of tools that they're good at. Like some things I might be good at, you might not be. Some things you might be good at, I may not be. Classic example, just in the music space. When you make a chorus, you taught me how to layer the harmonization of my own voice in there. You taught me that. I learned that from you. Right. And not from some direct, okay, you gotta do it like this. No, I just watched you do it. I'm like, okay. You specialize in certain things you know how to do better than other people.
Right.
That's the same as in these systems. So some of the people they got in the administrative part are garbage. I'm just gonna say it.
Clearly.
They're garbage.
Clearly.
They're clearly garbage, right? And the teachers got to deal with these garbage administrators, right? It makes the job harder, and it gets to a point after you do it for a certain amount of years where it's not worth it to you. When you could have went into the private sector with that PhD or any other thing and made a shit ton of money.
Yeah, that's why a lot of them that are in inner city schools, they're like, damn, like I'm trying my best, but I'm getting no help from the administration, and they want me to do more than what they're paying me for.
I got to deal with these kids.
And so like
it's a whole thing, bro.
But it's a whole thing. No, it's like, the kids might be fucked up and bad, but shit, the whole structure of it is fucked up.
Yeah.
So everybody's going to adapt to what they're in. So if the kids are fucked up because the situation is fucked up, then the teachers have to deal with the kids because the situation is fucked up. Then the teachers have to deal with their own things because of the situation. All that shit is going to just be a clusterfuck of things.
You know what I think? I think that therein lies at least a partial solution to it. The understanding that all of it is interwoven.
Mm-hmm.
The understanding of that, because I think a lot of times what happens is we compartmentalize shit so much, we stop seeing the connections from this thing to that thing.
It's pretty much symbiotic, right?
It's symbiotic, yo. Like, all right, whatever's happening at home with that kid, he or she is going to bring that into the school.
Mm-hmm.
If that child does not have enough food to eat, they're going to bring that hungry belly and that distracted mind into the school.
Mm-hmm.
These things that a society has to account for, and a lot of times they don't. A lot of times they think they can piecemeal solutions to shit and go, okay, we put this up here, so this will fix that. No, because this actually is just a band-aid. Yeah. There's other problems that play into this that causes this overall issue that we have. And if you're just addressing this one part and not addressing the other part,
it's still gonna be fucked up.
It's still gonna be fucked up. I think that's part of a fix, is the understanding that all of it is interconnected.
That part, the understanding. Not saying that you have to fix the outer liar shit that's going on with the kids at home and all that. You ain't got to fix that. But the thing, like, they're coming to a place where they're supposed to feel safe, get an education. The building should be up to code. Textbooks should be up to code. Teachers should have the resources that they need to be able to teach the children. You know what I'm saying? Little shit like that could go a long way for a child that's in a fucked up situation at home.
Yeah.
But if you don't put those things into consideration, just be like, oh, everything's textbook, everything's curriculum. And that's all you're focused on, not really worry about the kids and even the teachers, what they have going on outside of school. If you're not worried about that, then what's the point?
I think that's it. I think the biggest issue is dysfunctional government. A government is supposed to be the institution, the tools that we use to address societal issues.
Right.
Like they're supposed to be the organizational body that says, okay, so we know these are the issues that society has.
The common folk.
Right. This is what we are supposed to be addressing and making sure that society runs as good as possible as a well-oiled machine. It's not going to be perfect because people aren't perfect, right?
Right.
But these are the things we're supposed to be addressing. The way you approach that shit does matter. The way you think about it does matter, because one person is not going to find a fix for all of it.
At all.
That's why you're supposed to have this governing body going, okay, we got to worry about defense of the nation. We got to worry about food safety. We got to worry about education. We got to worry about health and all that other shit. We got to worry about the economy so that people can actually get jobs. So we have to put it in these different compartments. But the problem is, once they go in these different compartments, people act like one thing doesn't affect the other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They're all intertwined, like you said, interwoven. It all affects.
Yeah, it's all interwoven. And the moment you start compartmentalizing it in your head, it loses some of that shit.
But I think we do that with a lot of other shit too. Like, we're so short-sighted, and I think it's a human condition where we only think about what we're going through. That's like with the same way where when we talk about like police brutality and all that shit, there's people who don't care because it's not happening to them. Or their not their sector, but their what's the word?
Demographic.
Yeah, their demographic. So it doesn't really matter, you know.
It's funny you say that too, because I've been seeing this for the past 2 weeks. Actually, longer than that, because I go back January 6th with that shit. But there was a lot of back to blue. There was a lot of disregard for police malfeasance.
Right.
There was a lot of disregard and poo-pooing of that shit with certain demographics, because I feel like many in that political demographic, they feel like the police on their side. They on outside. Right. So as long as they on outside, y'all got to be wrong.
Yeah, fuck y'all. Yeah.
That sort of shit, right? That you see now, you saw with January 6th. They got on some fuck the police shit, right? And then with the whole visit to Mar-a-Lago,
right?
Defund the FBI now. Yeah.
Now it's affecting them,
right?
But before it was like,
See that, and yo, this is the thing. This is why I say the person that is capable of learning from a cognitive dissonant moment, you got to value those type of people.
Hey, that's facts.
Because this is a point where this cognitive dissonance is taking place, and the vast majority of them don't see the hypocrisy.
They don't.
They don't see how rich this is.
And it's like right in your face though. But like I said, at the end of the day, until it happens to them, they're not going to give a fuck.
Right.
That's why we tell them like they don't display empathy. They're apathetic as fuck. And I wish you could make apathy illegal, but you can't. But yo, apathy is kind of fucked up in the real sense.
Right.
Just because you ain't going through it, you don't care if other people going through it.
Yeah. Because again, I think that's part of the whole not understanding how in a society shit is interwoven.
Yeah.
The losing sight on that part of it is what allows people to live in a bubble with their own experiences and not have them being able to at the very least entertain somebody else has a different experience than them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They were not as like, oh, well, it's a different experience, but I can understand like, oh, they are going through that because
right. And I wouldn't want to go. That's the other thing. If I see, even if it's not my personal experience, like with women, there's certain shit I see dudes do.
Mm-hmm.
And I, not a woman, but I see this shit and go, I wouldn't want somebody doing me like that.
Yeah, or I wouldn't want somebody doing my mother like that.
Right. Just acknowledging that women are people.
Yeah.
Some people, they find it's hard. Like, yo, you should be able to relate to them, be empathetic with some of that shit.
Exactly.
It's on a human level, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I wouldn't want somebody doing that shit to me.
Yeah, because you're putting yourself in their shoes.
Right.
How would that feel? Yeah.
I think a lot of times in these some of these other social issues, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The inability to put yourself in the shoes of somebody else where you may not have that experience. But now think about it for a second. If you say you weren't part of the group that had been maligned, oppressed,
right,
fucked with,
ostracized,
disenfranchised, restricted from access, all of them shit. It should not take a PhD for you to go, I wouldn't want that shit to happen to me.
Just saying, like, it's like if I see somebody get punched in the face and I'm standing there, first thing I would be like, damn.
And like that hurt.
I'm happy that wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm empathizing because I know what a punch feels like anyway, because I've been punched before. But it's like, damn, at least it wasn't me this time. Like, shit. But I do feel, damn, this nigga just got duffed.
Yeah, it also depends on what he got duffed for too.
That too. But I mean, just the whole.
But if you just see it and don't know the context, it's like, ooh, that hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Even if you know what it's for, you'll still be like, hurts. Damn, I know that shit hurt. You feel me?
Yeah, but then the second thought is, that coming, don't fuck him.
But that's why like people that be bystanders, they be like, ooh, like,
yeah. No, man, I think that's what it is. I think, but I don't know how we reset the clock on that sensibility that we're all in this. Like, just take one neighborhood. When we had a tornado around here a couple of weeks ago. Yes, we all live in separate houses, but when that tornado came through here, they fucked with everybody.
Yeah, everybody feel that shit. Same thing with hurricane. Everybody feel that.
Everybody felt it, right? So when after it had subsided, neighbors went outside to check on other neighbors.
Yep, that's what happens.
Even neighbors that you don't speak to.
Yeah, they come up. Yeah,
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, bro. I am very antisocial. I get it from my mom.
Right.
When I say that, I'm talking about when it comes to in neighborhoods.
Right.
As a kid, yes, I had friends. I was all in people's houses. People was all in my house. As an adult, I become very antisocial with neighbors.
Yeah.
I can live in a neighborhood for years, and there'll be people in the neighborhood I wouldn't even say good morning to.
Right.
Then there are people in there that's the most they'll get out of me is a good morning.
Right.
Good evening. Blah, blah, blah. Until some shit goes down that affects the entire block.
But that's when you're supposed to be neighborly, though. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Well, at least in my opinion, if we're all going through the same thing, you good, you straight, you need something. Like when we, I think it was Katrina or Wilma, one of those.
Right.
The whole block came out. We had barbecues, went to the park, played football. Everybody was just together. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
That was something that hasn't happened for a long time, even despite a natural disaster, because we used to have like little powwows and shit like that. But that one right there was like, oh shit! Despite everything that happened in the past, right now we all need each other. You have resources, I have resources. Let's put them together so we can survive.
Right, right. Like I don't. For me, just for me, I saw my mom not be a part of a lot of bullshit in that neighborhood. And what I learned from that is the reality of a child in the neighborhood is different than the reality of an adult in neighborhoods. So, for instance, a lot of shit went on my mom had no clue about. Why? Because she worked every day. Excuse me, every night. She worked at night outside of the neighborhood. Then when she came home during the day, she slept during the day. Mm-hmm. So, especially like during the summer, where I was out all times of day and night. I'm back and forth, doing all this shit. I'm in the mix, right? I'm in the mix. Mm-hmm. So I know who got shot, who got robbed, who got jumped, who out there high as Fat Charlie's ass, fucking up, what car got stolen. Mm-hmm. I know all the bullshit that's going on. My mom doesn't have clue one because her reality in that neighborhood, because the way her life is set up, is different than mine, even though we live in the same house.
Yeah, it's different. It's definitely different.
It's different. She don't know. And a lot of that is because she stayed the fuck away from the other adults in the neighborhood for the most part. She was not always in people's houses.
Right.
That wasn't a thing for her.
It's like she has separate bills to pay that they did. You know what I mean? Like they have bills too, but shit. Hers was more important, and then taking care of a son and 2 sons and a daughter. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So I had a conversation with my mom. It's been a couple of weeks ago, where we talked about that very thing. And I was telling her about these different things. I was like, Mom, remember when sudden? She was like, no.
Yeah, she was around for it.
Because you was at work. You were different.
Yeah.
I said, remember when Purdy got shot through through his door? Dudes came, he wouldn't open the door, and they shot through the door.
I tell you what, though, when it had something to do with you, though, she knew.
Yeah.
Because my old girl was the same way. She was like, oh, you out there doing this?
And that also depends on what it was, too.
Yeah.
Because, see, the thing with me, unlike a lot of my friends who didn't have a strong parental figure in their house, somebody to be scared of, like, I had somebody to be scared of. Like, I didn't, and also the thought of my mom looking down on me or some shit I did.
Yeah, that ain't the look.
Unfortunately, it didn't translate into me not doing it. It translated on me not getting
caught.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's what it translated into, right? But certain things she didn't know anything about. Like I said, so you don't remember what so all right, so a cousin of mine got killed. A few blocks up the street from where we live. Mm-hmm. Now that's something she know about because
that's family
shit, right? But some of that other stuff is just amazing how much stuff. As I had that conversation with my mom's, showed me it's amazing how much stuff she was completely unaware of what was happening because she had to work every day.
Yeah.
And that's also part of the whole thing about when kids don't have activities to do when there's not school.
Yeah.
That's where the bullshit comes.
That's fact.
Because that was definitely me. Like me and my daughter was laughing about it yesterday because I told her, I was like, when I was a kid, me and my friends stay out late during the summer. Once it got like 1, 2 in the morning, there was hardly anybody out there. We on some mischief shit.
Yeah, we was out there. Shit.
We're ripping fences out of the ground. We're throwing big clobs of dirt on people's porch.
Yeah.
We doing the most.
Who's gonna do anything? Because in the neighborhood I grew up in, like the adults, like they'll pertain to their kids. You know what I'm saying? Take care of their kids and all that shit. They say their kids do some fuck shit. Even if you're doing it with their kids, they won't necessarily fuck with you too, unless they like real close with your moms and pops and shit.
Right.
But shit, if you with that kid and that parent is there and they don't know your parents, you scot free, you good. It's like, and then that parent be like, don't be around them anymore, and this and that. But you ain't gonna keep kids away from their friends like that. Like,
no, they're gonna be around their friends.
Yeah, unless
they're gonna be around their friends. But you know, there's another misconception about all of that too that I think a lot of people have.
What's that?
Because people be capping. People my age be capping hard. So a lot of times you hear them talk about, people my age. I grew up in a time where But the parents in the neighborhood, they knew all the kids.
Yo,
that's cat. That was a generation before us. These motherfuckers be capping, yo. They be capping. This whole things that when they come tell these youth, man, y'all just fuck the whole area of the neighborhood up. Cap, because they wanna act like during their time it wasn't. Bro, I grew up during the crack epidemic.
Right.
We had shootings in school, not mass shootings like you see it happening now. Right. Somebody goes in and indiscriminately shoots a whole bunch of people.
But since we talk about the hood, like hood shootings are different than.
That's what I was about to say.
Suburban
There's
shootings.
Actual beef between people spilling from the neighborhoods into the schools, and the shit happens like that. All of the things that people are pointing at and saying this new generation has brought happening. That was happening when I was in school. Gang fights, all that shit was I'm 53. So when you see a lot of these people that's around my age talk about how when they was that's cat. Yeah, so it may depend on where they grew up. Yeah, but I'm telling you now,
the fact that I could be like, I know this shit's been going on. I have you as a source that knows that this shit's been going on because it's going on when you was in high school. So
bro, I remember standing outside of Lake Clifton High School. I didn't go up Lake Clifton, but friends of mine went. I'm standing outside Lake Clifton Hospital, school, and a motherfucker pulls up, jumps out of the car, shoots this kid in the face, jumps back in the car, and pulls off down the street. The police, from what now, this part I did not personally see because he was further down the street, but people were saying the police were on their way up. They were on their way up, not because they were called, just on their way up and rolled right past the dude because they ain't know, you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't know.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, I've seen stuff like that from, I'm gonna say from 6th grade on up. That's when shit really started getting super crazy. Right. And from according to my memory, because the 6th grade to 7th grade, that transition is when my man Abraham was murdered.
Right.
So that's what it seemed like for me on my timeline. Shit just accelerated for me from that point on.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you get a car and you never notice that car until you get that car. It's just like
you start seeing that car everywhere on the street. Is that?
Yeah.
But don't let people my age gaslight y'all into thinking that these kids, the stuff that's happening in these urban centers now wasn't happening.
Because I hear that shit from people my age saying, "Oh, how these kids?" I'm like, "Yo, fam, the only difference between our generation and theirs is cell phones came out when I was in high school.
Yeah,
but we didn't have no social media to post the shit that we was.
That's it.
Taking videos.
All that people
we were just doing that shit through text, and then to make it even worse, there was literally a time where these girls at my school took pictures of a girl doing some shit with some dude, posted all over the school because that's when like you could take a photo, but you would have to let everybody know about it. You would have to print it. Yes. So you have to get a bunch of copy of paper, print it, and plaster all over the walls. And that shit happened. I'm like, that's no different than what social media is now. The only difference is social media is quicker and easier to do.
Right. And now think about that. That's when you was growing up.
Yeah, I was in high school. I was like,
you was high school. 16. When I was in high school, there were no cell phones that everybody had.
Right.
You saw these big dumbass Miami Vice phones.
The bricks.
That's it. That's it.
But I'm saying, but even though like there was ways like even just by word of mouth or whatever, like you tell somebody that it goes up, same shit. It's just,
yo, sis said they were posting pictures on loggers.
Yes.
You said
like right on bulletin boards when they're telling you what's going on through the week.
Look, I was saying back in the days of Moses, they had no phones.
Nothing happened back then. Everything was good. No smoke.
You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm telling you,
good old days.
None of that shit that they are accusing this newer generation of doing is something they invented. Right, they didn't invent that, B.
You know what it is? They just do it a little better and more malicious. Like
and they have certain tools that can make it a little more yikes. You know what I'm
because
saying?
you know why? Because it comes out faster. Because
there
could be an incident that comes out today, and then 5 minutes later, a certain incident that's similar to that will come out in 5 minutes. So it's like, damn, this is happening all the time. But these things have been happening.
And a lot of times, the people from my generation will try to frame that as some sort of moral superiority.
Not.
That's not what it is.
Because
if we had those same tools back then, we would have been doing the same.
But not only that, if this is moral superiority, why haven't y'all fixed these issues when it was happening back then?
Because there is none of that.
You know what I'm saying?
None of that. But they try to see what they try to do is they try to claim the society of their grandparents like it was theirs. That wasn't you wasn't around for that.
Your grandparents is talking shit about y'all generation too.
Yeah, nigga. What?
It's gonna be a perpetual thing that always happens.
Yeah.
When these kids today become parents, they're gonna talk shit about their kids about how shit's all fucked up.
That's just how it works,
That's
bro.
just how it works, dog.
That's how it works. That's how it works. And I think one of the other things I noticed about that too is probably one of the reasons why there's a lot of younger people that are kind of like around my circle that I have certain influence over. I think one of the reasons they think that they believe that they can talk to me about this shit is because I know better than to come with them with that stupid shit about, see, y'all be doing, we was doing it too, just maybe not the same way. Exactly. So when you see these, it's something that me and James brought up actually on one of the episodes about teen pregnancy rates. When they was high as a bitch. Yeah. So they went around talking about these girls now are fast. What the fuck? No, the kids were doing. They were doing their thing. Come on, stop it. Stop it.
Then it even breaks down even further because then they talk about how different the music is and how sexualized it is. I'm like, have y'all heard like 70s, 60s R&B?
Man,
just because they didn't say, "Oh, put my penis in your mouth," it doesn't mean that
they were just because they were less vulgar.
Yeah.
And direct doesn't mean they weren't talking about the same shit.
And
it was being translated. And it's not like the people didn't understand what they meant by
we knew what they meant.
My
parents knew what they meant. Why do you think like dudes would play certain type of music when they're on a date with a girl? Because like, oh, get her in the mood and shit like that. Like,
right. That's exactly, Cindy. Biology and hormones don't change, B.
At all.
That shit don't change. That shit don't change. Facts. All we knew what they meant by that.
Do the twist. What you think? Yeah.
You thought we was walking around going, we never knew. we knew the fuck.
With the twist.
And those influences were still happening.
Yeah.
Still happening. Yeah, McKenna says, my dad always said that if they had cell phones when he was a kid, he would have ended up on ridiculousness so many times. Facts.
Facts, though.
Facts.
There's all the dumb shit people were doing back in the day.
Nigga, what
the fuck?
We was doing
but you know what?
Shit.
But you don't have to do with the media too, like the shows that they had, like the RT on not Bullwinkle, but you know what I mean, like those type of shows, like White Picket Fence type shit and all that.
Yes.
Yeah, like most of the people that never even lived like that, that's how those times were. But not the majority of people live like
Come
that.
on, B.
Especially from a black perspective, though.
Yo, sis killed me with this one.
Elvis.
You go look at some of them old footage.
Yeah, black and white dancing genitals.
Yo,
come on, dog.
Out of here, man.
Girls with their hands up on, like while they on the bottom of the stage reaching for their joints. Like, come on, dog.
Right. This is what I want now. We about to close down the show, but this is what I want for everybody here to do if they haven't already. I want y'all to go Google Roy Hamilton. Google Roy. He's a singer. Roy Hamilton. Google him. Listen to the way he sings. And as soon as you hear him, you're gonna know why I asked you to do that. Okay. By the way, he predates the King. All right.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I had to
Google Roy Hamilton. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You hear it?
Yeah,
you hear it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, even when the beat dropped, I already knew what he's gonna sound like. Damn. Well, who was gonna sound like him? Shit.
Yeah. But yeah, that's going to be the show. We want to thank everybody once again. Another Saturday of shenanigans. We want to give a special thank you to our man SPJ, who took time out of his little mini vacay.
Yes, sir.
To still contribute to the show. Because I'm here to tell y'all right now, depending on the vacay, I won't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Believes that. You know what I'm saying? Also, we want to thank Addie for being back on the show. Appreciate your contribution as always, my brother.
No doubt, bro. No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate all of you coming back again here Saturday, dealing with our shenanigans and our bullshit. The laughter, the good times, all that. Shout out to my man Jaded Nerd. Go check out his channel, Jaded Nerd channel. Also, for those of you that haven't, go check out Majestic Comics Shopify store.
Yes.
Check out the comic book, maybe some merch. We're gonna have some more stuff in there after the convention. The physical copy books will be available out of that store after the convention. You already know I'm super excited about that shit. Also, I don't know, I'm pretty sure most of you saw this, but Graydon gave a release date.
Yes.
For his next project.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, it's going to be fire.
I'm waiting for the quadrilogy. Not saying that I'm waiting for the quadrilogy to end.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to hear the conclusion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been following this shit forever.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So for my man Adequate, I am Tombstone the Dead Man.
Wow.
And for the greater multi-world entertainment family, and yes, that does include SPJ.
Yes, sir.
We are out of here.
Pieces.
Mind your business, Napalm.